What's going on, guys? You know who it is. You know what time it is. It's me, aka the king of content, aka the all-purpose champ, and I'm the Cowboy. And guys, this week has been pretty cool. I've been having a bunch of people on, and today is gonna be no exception to really cool because I got none other than my guy. Well, hold up. First of all, so let me put out all your stuff out here. So when I first met you, it was I thought it was cool because it's Jersey's finest, right?
Yep.
And I was like, wait, is he really in Jersey? So I wrote you, and he was like, yeah, I'm in Jersey. I was like, oh, that's official because I live in Jersey.
Hey.
Second, but Chill Gaming, guys, we got Chill Gaming in the building. This is pretty cool. The fact that he's from Jersey is also pretty cool. But guys, we're gonna talk some games now. Here's what's pretty cool about the perspective. One, I'm a Stadia guy. You guys all know that. But I also am a gaming guy. Now, I previously was a die-hard PlayStation guy. Years ago, I was into the Xbox. But now I'm into cloud. Now, what's cool is Chill is primarily, I mean, he loves all gaming, but it's cool. You're going to give a perspective from a PlayStation fan, correct?
Yep.
Which is really cool. Because earlier, guys, if you've seen it, I had Beast of Truth on, and he's guys, he's a very dynamic guy. He loves himself some Xbox, and I challenge you guys to go see that video because he gave his perspective. His thing was why he prefers Xbox. Today, I'm just gonna chat it up with Chill about gaming altogether. But guys, some housekeeping rules. If you want to have a question answered, you got to write the word question. So just make sure, Chill, you don't have a problem with answering questions, do you?
No, I mean, not really.
Cool.
As long as it's cool, cool,
Yep.
calm, collective.
Well, typically on my shows, I mean, there's new people, so all I'm gonna say, guys, is keep it cool. If it's not cool, I'm not even gonna read the question. I'm just gonna skip over it. But if you got a question, write the word question. That way, as I'm scrolling through the chat, a lot of times people are like, "Yo, what's up, man? What's up, man? How you doing?" I kind of scroll through that and try to see the substance. So if there's substance, I would definitely want to read the question. And of course, there's some people who are always trolling and say dumb stuff, and I'll read that too. But for the most part, I love to read the questions. So first of all, let's go to the people that's in the building. We got ISO in the building. This is pretty cool. I just kind of heard of ISO. I kind of was messing with him on a video I did, messing with Doc Dark, but through Doc Dark, I heard of ISO. I popped into a couple of his streams. He seems like a real cool, cool guy. So that's pretty cool. So it's cool just to have him watching a video of mine. But hey, man, that's because of you, Chill. People are coming to see you. Ray Sherrod, the gaming cyborg, is in the building. Ray, I just inboxed you and asked could you tweet this out. Since I'm not on Twitter, I'll get into that in a bit. Let's see. All right, so this guy's just saying what's up to each other for the most part. And it's a shame that I can't tweet this out on Twitter because Twitter is my thing. But anyway, I refreshed it and we got Mike Pannon is in the building. We got questions already. All right, hold on. Dang, you guys jumping into questions already. My boy Nimbus Cloud is in the building. So before we get into the questions, we got about 5 of them. Let me start this over. So Chill. Take me through gaming, man. Your gaming history. Like, what was your first? Like, what got you into gaming? If we could back this up a little bit.
Honestly, man, what got me into gaming, man, was the NES days. You know what I mean?
Okay.
My dad, I think it was 88, something like that, 89, 88. I was a young buck, 4 or 5 years old. He brought home the NES system, Mario Brothers, Zelda, and I absolutely, right then and there, fell in love with it, man. I never looked back.
You was like, I'm a gamer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And me and my brothers, I have 2 brothers. I got a twin and a younger brother, man. Shout out to them if they're watching. We always stayed up late. Like, if anybody has siblings out there, you know what time it is. Like, you're gonna stay up late with your bro, even on school nights. You know what I mean? We used to stay up late playing games. You know what I mean? And ever since there, man, it's just I love Sega Genesis. Like me, Doc, and everybody, Cloud, were like, the console wars weren't like that back in the day, and they really weren't, man. If somebody had, like, for example, my buddy, he had Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat. I had the Sega Genesis version. I was like, and I think the only console war in that aspect was like, I got blood, you don't.
Right.
Like, right. You know what I mean? So yeah. So, and then moving on to the the 3D generations, the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, N64. I fell in love with all of them. You know what I mean? And yeah, and here we are now in 2020. It's a blessing to be a gamer in 2021. You cannot complain in this generation. If you're complaining, there's something wrong with you. I'm
People
sorry. It's
still
just
complaining, bro. You know
yeah, you
how
know
it
what I
is.
mean? Like
You know how it
it's
is.
yeah. If you
But
grew up with like I'm 37. If you grew up in my day and age
right.
playing games, we didn't have a YouTube or Google or we had a hotline. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So yeah, I really respect it. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I always want to gauge where people came from. I mean, if you could, I know you didn't want to get into this too much, but I mean, you are a PlayStation guy, so if you could just give me a little reason why you're a play. I mean, I'm a former PlayStation guy, so what made you gravitate to PlayStation? If you don't mind answering.
that's fine. That's fine. Well, remember the SNES days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right after that, the 3D came out. You know what I mean? And you know, actually, I think I had a Sega Saturn first, and then I got the PlayStation One. And right there, I fell in love with it. Right there, Gran
Hold on.
Turismo, Metal Gear
You skipped the
Solid.
Dreamcast. You jumped over the Dreamcast.
I never had a
Okay,
Dreamcast. My
got you.
cousins did, so I just played it over there. I didn't
Okay,
really necessarily need one. I just
got you.
every day I went over there anyway. So I was like, you know what? I don't really need a Dreamcast.
Right.
But yeah, so I had the PS2, you know, PS3. I had it in. My brother had it in I think in '07 for a couple years. I actually bought my own in 2010. So then right from there, or 2009, right from there, I gamed every day. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I like Sony, man, is their exclusives, right? And not saying Xbox is bad. They had the 360 era, even OG. I heard a lot of good things, and I just never really picked up an Xbox. I don't know why. It wasn't really like I don't like it. I never really looked into it. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So now, like last gen, I was gonna pick up an Xbox One right off the rip, and I'm like, you know what? PS4 is doing better things. I don't know, man. I was like my Xbox friend, you know, he's a Xbox fanatic. He loves Xbox over Sony, but he has a Sony, you know what I mean? Like, and he has Nintendo. He has all. So he was like, nah, man, listen, like Xbox ain't doing me right now. I was like, oh boy, what happened? And then he explained what happened at the 2013 press conference. I'm like, maybe later on, man, I'll get one. So fast forward 2018, I got an Xbox One X. I bought Game Pass. I got play Gears 4, Forza 3. State of Decay 2, you know, got into some games. It was okay, but it still wasn't my preferred console. You know what I mean? So now fast forward to this generation, right? I'm gonna buy PS5 regardless. I hate the fact that the games are $70. There's some people that don't care. There's some people that care. There's some people that hey, whatever. But I'm gonna say this: that if people wanted to change, you got to throw a petition out there. You got to have a lot of people complaining about it. You can't just have one person complain about it and that's it. Nothing's gonna happen. But now with Xbox, what they're doing from the Game Pass ecosystem and the Xbox doing this, XCloud that's great. They have the FPS boost. They got the quick resume, smart delivery.
Right.
We have yet to have that on Sony, and I'm kind of disappointed right there because we still don't have the M.2 drive slot expansion coming out for their the SSD drive card. So I'm like, Sony, you're kind of like disappointing me right now. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of coming to a point where it's like, listen, I want a Series X, but I got a PC, so right now I don't need a Xbox Series X console right now. So I got the Game Pass on PC. I'm enjoying it, but I bought Ratchet and Clank. I loved it. You know what I mean? Is it worth 70? Probably not, but still a great looking game, still great gameplay. So it is what it is. Returnal, not so much. It's okay for whatever that kind of game is to you. I prefer more direct shooter, but you know, I remember me and Doc were talking about in my other podcast that it's like our old games, our old generation games, where you can't save, you can't turn off the system, you got to leave it on to play the game. You know what I mean? That was a good laugh right there because that's truth. I think they added the save feature for some things. I don't know, but honestly, I prefer Sony because most of my friends are on there. Right? It's all about friends. And if you have crossplay. Why am I going to buy a Series X to play Warzone? Let's just say I was all into Warzone. I got to play PlayStation. Why would I buy a Series X to play Warzone? You know what I mean? So I'm glad more cross-play games are coming. I'm hoping to pick up a Series X sometime in the spring of next year, just so I can get more games involved. Again, but here's the question is, I'm going to ask everybody here and you that if day and date games are on Game Pass, on PC versions though, you know what I mean? Do I still need an Xbox Series X? You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Now, let me jump in there real quick. So a couple things I want to jump into. So one thing is, I think people don't get this, is that preference is an interesting thing, right? For instance, if I grew up in Trenton, New Jersey, right? Because my mom moved to Trenton, New Jersey, okay? Obviously, I was a kid, so I couldn't move myself, right? So I just grew up and all my friends happened to live in Trenton, New Jersey. When you're a kid and your parent buy you a console, you just stay in that ecosystem. And even when you get older and you can buy it yourself, if you happen to buy that console, you end up staying in that ecosystem. So I think sometimes, I think sometimes it doesn't have to do with people think like, oh well, why you never tried this? You don't have a need to, right? First of all, these consoles cost money, right? They're not free,
Yep.
right? Not like Google Stadia, but anyway, they're not free, right? So why would I all of a sudden be into PlayStation and then just say I'm gonna buy an Xbox? Chances are you wouldn't. That's why I said I always say this: the video game wars popularity contest. I said there's no way for Microsoft to end up jumping out the gate in the next gen and sell more than Sony, because it's a fact that more PlayStation 4s was sold than a Xbox One. So if you just do numbers, and I worked at a market research company for a few months away from 20 years. So marketing, it just makes sense, right? We used to have to do studies. So to get 30 doctors, we would have to send out 1,000 facts, right? It just makes sense. So if you want to say, oh, the measuring stick is how many sales, what the sales you got, how are you going to jump over the up your the how are you going to jump, how would an Xbox be able to jump over the PlayStation when they outsold them in the last gen? They would have to screw up, not to be funny, but kind of like Microsoft did when the Xbox One was coming out, and they said, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to trade games. It's gonna be on all the time." They did a couple things that people was like, "Whoa!" and it literally pushed the competition away. Seeing Sony making fun, coming on the stage talking about, "Oh, you want to trade games? You want to let your friend borrow a game?" and just hand a disc, right?
That was
So
funny.
unless Sony shot themselves in the foot like that, Microsoft wasn't going to get the edge, whoever likes it or not, because again, video games is a popularity contest. We just like what's considered popular, and people jump on the bandwagons, and it takes other stuff to catch on, and
Yeah.
that just wasn't going to happen. But anyway, um, love you too. So my wife's leaving, but anyway, so I just want to jump in there about the whole, because I know sometimes people feel like, well, why don't you try it? I had a guy telling me to try Luna. Why don't you try Luna? Try PS Now. I'm like, bro, if I got Stadia and I like Stadia and I don't see a game that's on Luna or PlayStation Now that make me say I have to have it, then why even try it? I'm kind of dumbfounded. I like my money, right? Because I don't owe any of these systems or consoles or companies anything. I owe my money something, right? So what's gonna make me get an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation or this and that? Now, we'll say this: I've always been a God of War fan. I've always been a Last of Us fan. So when they come out with a God of War, I'm gonna be like, whoa! But here's the problem: Sony again made it easy for me not to get one, because they just said that God of War will also be on the PlayStation 4, and I'm sure it's gonna look better. But I mean, I could live without it looking that amazing if it's pretty much the same game. Unless they're gonna be like, I don't know, Kratos got more moves on God of War on the PlayStation 5, but I can't see a developer separating that type of stuff. They might have a couple few little things, but I don't think it's going to be you can't live without it, right? So for me, I'm just going to rent the game on PlayStation 4. But anyway, I just want to jump in there real quick on that. Also want to say, guys, Chill Gaming, his YouTube channel is in the description. So make sure you definitely give him a
Hey.
shout. Go over there, subscribe to his channel. I appreciate him coming on. And to be fair, we don't really know each other, right? You hit me
Nope.
up and was like, "Hey, bro, check out this video," because you seen me. I guess you seen me and Doc Dark do a video together or something. I don't even
A
remember.
while ago, yeah.
Yeah, but you hit me up and was like, "Hey, what's up?" or whatever. And I watched the video. I said, "Oh, it's a cool video. It's cool." And we just became. And this was like what, this week or Friday or whatever. So
Something like that, yeah.
I commend you for coming on, because we really don't know each other, And but I just feel like video games is my passion, is what I like. Same thing for you. So why not let's have an articulate, educational conversation, and we could learn from each other, and we could also entertain the people that's watching. So I think
Oh
that's
yeah.
cool. You ready for these questions?
Yeah, man.
All right, so let me jump into these questions. Let's see. What's the first question? All right, first question is from ISO Motion Gaming. He said, "Chill, what's your take on cloud gaming overall?" Nice.
So here's the situation with cloud gaming to me personally, right? For me, I don't necessarily need it. You know what I mean? We got the PC, got the PS5. You know what I mean? I don't personally, because here's the thing: the way my take is personally for cloud gaming, right? For anybody out there, ISO and Cowboy and anybody here watching, is that like Stadia, for example, right? Stadia is a good quality cloud service, right?
Right.
I think personally, to me, it's really for people who don't have gaming PCs or laptops. They can get into the realm of a PC, game at 60 frames, 1080, whatever, and they can get the feel for it. I'm gonna be real, because last May or June, me and my brother downloaded Destiny 2 on Stadia. It's free, right? It's free
Yeah,
everywhere.
sure.
So I was
And,
like, you know what? Let's do
and do
this.
me a favor. Don't say download. That's a bad word in the cloud community because you didn't download anything. You press play and it
Oh
started.
yeah,
You might
well,
have.
yeah, my bad. See, I'm so used to the
Got you.
download. It's
I
the
got you.
download.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so we started playing it, you know what I mean, and it was really smooth. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, you know what,
Now,
this is
what were you
doable.
playing it on, if I might ask?
My phone.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, remember when you asked me, we can play on a phone? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Nice.
it's a cool feature,
Right.
but I personally don't need it because again, I had the PS5 coming. I knew I was gonna get a PC. I already had a gaming laptop, so I think cloud gaming is for people on the go,
Mhm.
all the time, and people who don't have gaming PCs. They want to get into the realm of a PC game. You know what I mean? And they
Right.
can't afford it, or maybe they're getting in later on in the road, but you can get into Stadia and even xCloud. xCloud's coming and it's going to be on your TV. It's going to be on your phone. I think that's like amazing. Like I'm going on vacation next month, and I might download Stadia just to, I mean, not download, but get a Stadia subscription for like a month and play a few games while I'm on vacation. Why not, right? Play on the
Right.
go.
Now,
So that's what I think about cloud gaming.
that's cool, man. That's cool. When I got into cloud gaming, real quick, if I could just jump in there real quick. I know the question wasn't for me, well, it's for both of us, but it was for you. But a cloud gaming caught my attention. I think at the end of the podcast, Beast of Truth said, "Well, why do you like Stadia so much, right? Because you used to be a PlayStation guy. So what made you change?" I was diehard PlayStation. So the fact that I'm into the cloud 100%, haven't looked back, is crazy. But the reason being, I love tech, guys. I got a $2,000 folding phone, not the flex, but obviously I like tech. I love the microwave. You could warm your food up in 30 seconds versus cooking it on the stove. Rain-X is amazing to me. I got spray Rain-X on my windshield and drive through a storm, and I don't need to turn my windshield wipers on. It just the water will just wipe off my. It's
Blows
amazing,
over.
right? So with that being said, I seen the Google thing, and I was like, oh, Google's about to do a video game system, whatever. And they said it's not a system, it's not a PC. I was like, wait, how's it not a console? How's not? I don't. What is Stadia, right? And they explained that it's free, and I said, hold on, excuse me. They said so it's gonna be free. It won't cost you anything. And in the future, like how you, and again, this was 2 years before the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X came out, right? They said in the future, when next systems come out and you need to upgrade, it's free. I said, wait a god, oh, you ain't never, how that's gonna be free? So they explained that it's free, and they explained that it's on the go, like you said. So they said you're gonna pretty much be able to play on any device. And I said, damn, this is crazy because my wife and I went on vacation, and she was like, you can't bring your PlayStation. I'm like, yo, what the hell, man? So we went to Myrtle Beach. She didn't want me to bring my PlayStation, and I was annoyed, right? And then when Stadia came out, I was like, hold up, wait. So I could really just go on vacation and just have my phone and bring a controller. And that's it. I don't have to worry about if my phone got stolen or if I packed up my big system and I dropped it or whatever, right? And then the second thing was, I remember when the PSP Vita was out, I was a diehard Destiny fan. And I was like, and I had so much free time at my old job. And I was like, man, if I had a way to play Destiny at work, I could totally get away with it, right? So a friend of mine was like, bro, borrow my Vita and you could do a thing called remote play and just stream it or mirror it from your console. I said, bet. But it was terrible. I was like, damn, yo. I was like, man, one day this is going to be amazing, but, it's not. So cloud gaming came out. It was like all that stuff. I say to go on vacation. I don't need to bring a console, whatever. I could play on whatever. Like this past weekend, I went to my mother-in-law house. She don't have internet. So if I brought a console, I'm screwed because I can't play online. And I had my phone and I played in a esports tournament. I'm in the world's first Stadia esports league tournament team, right? And I had a match that night, 11 o'clock at night. I pulled out my phone, pulled out my PlayStation controller, synced it to my phone, propped my phone up, and I was playing in the tournament. So that's what kind of got me into cloud gaming, and it just keeps getting better with special features that you can't get anywhere. So cloud is cool, but when I talk to people who aren't in the cloud and they're diehard, they don't even care. So it's true that by 2027, cloud gaming is only going to be 4% of the market. People don't care like that. It's more the tech enthusiasts like myself, or the people who they haven't played video games in forever and they want to get into it, but they don't want to spend that much money. And they can find out like, oh, you could just get Luna and it's $5.99 a month and you just play it on your TV. I mean, all right. So, you know, that's how I kind of got into it. And I give Xbox credit for what they're doing. They're ramping it up. I said I think in the future Xbox might be king of the cloud if they reason why Stadia is king of the cloud, and I'm going to be quiet in a minute because this is for you to be on here, but Stadia is king of the cloud because of one fact. They allow you to purchase your own games. xCloud and Game Pass is awesome. Okay? But what happens if your favorite game is on that subscription and they either take it away or it's just not on that subscription? Then you felt like Doc Dark like to say, he don't like to pay more than $20 for a game. Okay, cool. But if your favorite game ain't in that pass or that subscription, then you paying more than $20 or you're just not playing your game. It's one or the other. So for me, Stadia, I could just say, well, you know what? I could buy my game because it's not in the Stadia Pro because that's more for like cheaper games and old games. But I could buy my game and I'm good. But I can't get because Microsoft can't guarantee me that every single game is going to be in Game Pass. It's not going to be like that. So if my game happened to be one of those few games that's not in it, then I'm kind of screwed. So that's just my take on that. Sorry about that, guys, but I wanted to throw it in there. I swear I won't say anything else about cloud unless y'all bring it up. All right, so let's go to the next question. Here's a cool thing too. I was telling you about StreamYards. So StreamYards, you when the questions, you can actually hit the button. The questions come up on the screen real big, so everybody can see it. You gotta check it out later, man. It's official. All right.
Definitely.
Let's see. So Ryzak said, "How do you feel about cloud gaming?" But we already went there. So Ryzak, you was a little late. Nimbus says, "Does Chill like the Metroid Gear Solid series?" Huh.
Metroid Gear Solid series, like
Sorry,
Metroid from
Metal
Nintendo.
Gear. My bad. I
Oh,
can't read apparently. You're like,
well,
wait, hold on. What's that?
I'm gonna be real. Like, yes, I do,
Okay.
but I only play like probably 2 or 3 Metal Gears in my life. The
Okay.
first one on the PlayStation 1, and fast forward to last gen. You know what I mean? And I played a little bit of the Phantom Pain. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. You know what I mean? But
I
it's
think
not really my go-to exclusive,
I
though.
was
You know what
about
I
to
mean?
say, I
Or
think
whatever.
Metal Gear has a certain taste to people because it's all about stealth for the most part. And so if you're just not a stealth guy, it's just not going to be a thing. Like me, the Metal Gears are cool, but bro, I want to run and gun. I just want to run up and pistol whip somebody. And like sneaking and snapping necks is cool, but it gets real old. That's why I'm not that into the Division because it's a cover shooter. You hide and shoot, hide and shoot. And then even Outriders when it came out, the demo because I didn't play it that much, it was more of that. But I heard it gets more run and gun. Anyways, definitely get great shout though. And remember, guys, just put questions. So Ryzak question was the same thing about how do you feel about cloud gaming. Already asked you about the Metal Gear.
So the cloud gaming, real quick. I just want to say
Yeah.
this real quick. We can move on. So the cloud gaming, again, like I said, is not for me. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
can care less if I have it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But for other people who want to get into it, like I said, for PC kind of purposes, they want to check on. I even told my cousin, who's the most casual gamer ever. He only has GTA and MLB. And I said, dude, go on your laptop, get Stadia, and play some games. You know what I mean? Check them out for free. He goes, what do you mean? Yeah, I was like, it's like PC, 1080p 60. Like, just he goes, really? I was like, check it out. And but I just want to say this, like me, my other friend, the Xbox guy, like he has not that it matters, right? It doesn't matter to me. I'm
Right.
just saying, like, he has a 75,000 gamer score. So I don't know if that's high or big on or low on
Right.
Xbox. I have no idea. But he was telling me, he goes, yeah, but Stadia is okay, but it's not consistent. Like you can play it on your laptop or PC
Mm-hmm.
on your phone on on your Wi-Fi or where you're wired in. But when you're outside, it's a different story. Like if you're not even on Wi-Fi, it's a different story. You're not really getting the same kind of quality that you were on Wi-Fi or LAN power that you will with on your data and on your phone data. What if you're not unlimited? You don't have
Correct.
unlimited data. There's definitely a cap there. And I always say, like, if you lost internet for a few days, you're screwed.
Right.
Yeah, you can go on your phone, but is it going to be the same kind of quality if you don't have a Wi-Fi or if you're not wired in? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's only
So I'm gonna jump in there. Obviously I'm a big fan. I've been playing
yeah.
Stadia for I think it's 21 months now, so it's almost 2 years. Here's the cool thing. It definitely depends on you, right? This is what it depends on. If your internet connection, I don't care if you're at home. If your internet connection is trash, sorry to say that, then obviously you're not even going to be able to get 1080. here's the thing too. I'm not sure if you knew this, but you can actually do 4K in Stadia as well. If your PC could do 4K, you could do 4K. If you got a Chromecast Ultra at home on your TV, you could do 4K. So it's not limited to 1080. But the second thing is, so for me, it just happened to be I got unlimited internet. I just listen. I'm a gamer, so I pay for the best. That's just me, right? So I got unlimited internet and I got unlimited mobile service. So for me, when I was and my wife's mom lives, we'll call it out in the sticks, right? She lives in Allentown, PA. It's 2 hours away from us. It's close to the Poconos, right? When I go there, I only have 4G and it's still smooth. So all I can say is the person's service. That's all I can say. I got AT&T. So for me, I'm
Yeah,
not going
same
to say
here.
Stadia must work great everywhere. I'm sure it's going to be a dead spot somewhere that if even if you was on YouTube and you went somewhere, you'd be like, yo, I can't watch my video. It's buffering, right? So obviously, if you go somewhere like that, but for the most part, everywhere I went, man, Stadia was solid. Now, I'll say this though. The caveat is you can say, oh man, my wife, I got to be at my wife's mom this weekend and she don't have internet and I'm in an esports league. Oh, I could play Stadia. Had it been my PlayStation, bro, I just can't make it to the team. You can't be on the team? No, I can't be on the team. I don't know what to tell you. So I think that's the cool thing about cloud. But obviously, like you said earlier, if you're a person that travels a lot, then maybe it's for you. If you just go to work and go home, you want the monster beast console that's just going to do its thing every single time, unless you're also home and you're playing an online game and you have spotty internet as well. Because I was a diehard PlayStation guy. There's times I'm playing Destiny because Destiny was my game. I played for 5.5 years straight. And they'd be like, bro, you lagging. This is before cloud was even out or even people talking about the cloud. So trust me, the consoles ain't flawless because now they're making so many games that you need the internet. Now, back in the day where I could blow in a cartridge and stick it in,
Yeah.
it's cool. But nowadays, you even need you could go on one day and come home, turn on your PlayStation or your Xbox, and it say you got to update the game first. And guess what? You need internet. So we're all kind of nowadays kind of dependent on internet to a point. But yes, cloud is 100% dependent on decent internet and decent phone service. But I just at least want to explain that. Yeah, I can't say for a friend. Let's say somebody's friend say, "Yo, my experience is terrible." Listen, I don't know what to say, but I do know when I was playing PlayStation, some of my boys' internet was trash. And I'm like, bro, we ain't playing. You ain't gonna be the party host because your internet's trash. So
Yeah.
that is a thing as well. And then my last thing I will say, because you did say that the other day and it was cool, but I always like to say, yeah, I mean, I hear you. You know, your internet goes out, hey. But if you home and your power goes out, console's got the same issue. Just
Hmm.
saying. But it is true. But gaming is gaming, man. I think the cool thing is we gotta stop being uptight. So what? Your
Oh yeah.
internet went out. Maybe your internet was down for one day. Is it the end of the world? Maybe your power was off because of a storm for a day, right?
Hmm.
Then you just couldn't play video games that day. People make it like, well, what if you lost power? Well, what if I lost power? Does that mean it's trash and it is end all be all? Never buy it? No, not at all. But people do that. Anyways, sorry, I'm passionate about gaming altogether, but I am seeing the cloud is the future of gaming way down the road. Like I said, 2027, they only speculate 4% of the gaming market, right? So obviously, cloud ain't taking over the world anytime soon. But for the few people that got into it, excuse me, and enjoyed it, it's a beast for them. It's definitely something that's pretty cool, and it's something that can be utilized, in a lot of different ways that we only thought of handhelds doing that for the most part. So long story short, the cloud is like I look at the cloud like a Sega Nomad. I never was into handheld consoles, sorry, handheld systems, because I used to hate when you buy a game, Nintendo game, then you had to buy the Game Boy version, right? And it's like, yo, come on, man, now you got double dip. You buy a PlayStation game, now you got to buy the PSP version. The same thing with
Hmm.
Game Gear, right? Then the Sega Nomad came out, and it literally was a portable Sega Genesis. That same cartridge you put in the Sega Genesis, you take out and put in a Nomad. Then you can hook your Nomad up to a TV. Pretty much the Switch before the Switch was ever thought of. So I look at cloud gaming as that. If I came home and I jumped on my 70-inch 4K TV in the living room, which I never play on. I just rather play on my laptop. But if I'm playing Stadia on there and the kids came on, they was real loud, I'd be like, all right, guys, hold on. I don't even have to end my session like I did when I was on PlayStation. If my kids came and they was loud, I had to log off the game, come in the bedroom, and log back on with my PlayStation here. Stadia, I could say, hold on. I just walk in the bedroom, hit the button in the bedroom, and it come on that TV, and it just snap my finger and it jumps over. So these are things that's cool, but everybody don't care, to be honest. Sound cool, but people are like, whatever. You can have that. Anyway, Josh said he can't wait to try out the PlayStation 5. He said Stadia is cool and more optimized when traveling. Nimbus said chill talks a lot of sense, man. Definitely. ISO said I'm gonna get an Xbox and I'm a PC gamer. Okay. So ISO, whenever I go in, I always, I hear you guys talking to see you playing. Whenever you're playing games, are you playing on a PC? Because I never know what you're playing on. Actually, I don't even know if you're an Xbox or a PlayStation guy. I just know you and Doc is cool. So, but I can't just think everybody Doc is cool with is a Xbox guy. Bruce said, imagine if Xbox allow you to bring in games from your Steam library. I mean, that would be powerful. People go crazy for Steam. I'm not a PC guy, so I don't know much about Steam. What about you, Chill? You said you're a PC guy, right?
Well, yeah. See, I just got my big PC guy right behind me.
Okay.
That I just started to get my own library on Steam, so I'm not there yet. I got like 8 games on Steam, man. That's laughable. You know, my buddy has like 400. I'm like, you know what? One day I'll be there, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? But right now, I'm starting off slowly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You
it
you
is what
know
it is.
what's crazy? I want to jump in there. You guys the other day was debating. You guys were going on about how many games people got. Here's the thing with me, man. I'm a finicky gamer, man. I like specific type of games. I'm not the guy to be bragging I got 8,000 games because I probably don't. I probably buy about 5 games a year. And when I was diehard into Destiny, less than that because I was playing Destiny. Like, yeah, I seen
Yeah.
these other games come out, but I'm like, I don't have time for those other games. I'm playing this. This is my main game. And Destiny truthfully saved me a lot of money that I didn't have to brag that I have 400 games because are you even playing all those games? So when people go crazy, oh, you get so much in Game Pass. I give Game Pass credit because it's the best value for your money. Meaning you could spend $9.99 and get day and date games. You could spend $9.99 and get exclusive games. You could spend $9.99 and get brand new games, right? So you can do all that. You get access to all these old games, right? It's cool. That's so much for $9.99. However, I'm gonna be honest. The people who aren't into the cloud, that's a lot of download, uninstall, reinstall. Because when I used to have Game Pass, my boy would be like, "Yo, play this game." I'm like, bro, I just uninstall that game. Now you want me to install this game? And then we would be like, "Oh, we're streaming today," and he'd be like, "Well, I can't stream because I got to delete make space, and then I got to uninstall it, and we're supposed to stream in about an hour. I don't have enough time." So, you know, having all of those games that you could potentially play is amazing, but it comes with storage. It comes with am I even going to care to play that game? So again, I like to say a deal is only a deal if it's utilized. Because if you said, yo, Ant, I'm gonna let you have my 4K TV for $5, everybody be like, 4K TV for $5? That's a deal. I already got a 4K TV. So if I get another one, everybody in the house already got TVs. Like, if I don't use it, then it doesn't matter. It was only $5, right? So it don't matter if I show you I got 8 billion games for $9.99, because if I'm really not playing them all, then I'm kind of just gonna be wasting my money. So just saying.
So here's the thing with the PS5 and consoles, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
next gen, like the PS5 and Xbox Series X. What I love about them is now they're so much faster to download games. Yeah, you still got to wait. There's still a wait time. So let's be for a quick example. I forgot what game it was. Like 96 gigs. I downloaded. It was kind of funny because my friend's on PS4 Pro even, and I said, "You ready? Let's hit the download in 3, 2, 1, boom." Mine was done in like 15 minutes. His was done in like 2.5 hours. Even he had like 400 meg download speed, and I have like a gig. You know what I mean? I got the files, whatever the hell. And he's like, "Yo, that's crazy." I was like, and plus the transfer speed from one SSD to the external SSD that you can buy and prop it in, prop it out. But it takes like anywhere from like a couple minutes to like 10, 15 minutes to swap over 96 gigs from SSD to SSD. So that's pretty cool. There is still a time barrier, but it's not crazy like last gen. You know what I mean? I'll tell you that right off the rip.
Well, I'll say this. I didn't make a video, and this was all live. My nephew came over, and people kept going on and on about the PlayStation controller. Shout out to my boy, and he just had a baby. Congratulations to him, Dr. Spaceman. And he was like, I said, Dr. Spaceman, what's the most next gen thing? He said, Astro and the controller. If you play Astro, you're going to be blown away. I said, all right, cool. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I care less. Now, my nephew comes over all the time, and he brings his PlayStation 5, and I never, ever asked to even touch it, right? So I was like, you know what, Lance, let me try your PlayStation. I wanna try Astro. So I made a video of me playing Astro and everything, and it was cool. But I call that that's a second what is it called? The term called second nature? I forgot. But it's like it's cool, but eventually second nature. It's just something that you like. Rumble now. Sometimes I don't even realize my game is rumbling because I've been doing it forever. So it's second nature. It's not a utility. Whereas my folding phone is a utility, right? I'm gonna get some, it's gonna do something. Now, I say that to say this. I'll be honest, and I made a video. I said, all right, I want to play Battlefield 5 because I never got to play the or 4. I guess it's 5 or 4, right? And I said I wanted to play the Battle Royale mode with the fire coming in, right? Whatever, right? So he went and said, okay, cool. And he was like, damn, I don't have enough space. So he had 7 games on his PlayStation 5, right? And he said, okay, I'm going to delete Grand Theft Auto. First of all, I was like, Grand Theft Auto? Isn't that like the most played game? He's like, bro, nobody play Grand Theft Auto like that anymore. People who was
Whoa.
into it. I said, oh, all right, whatever. Anyway, he deleted Grand Theft Auto, and we went to play Battlefield 5, right? Is it 5 or 4? What's coming out now soon? Is it 6?
2042. Oh man, what was the last Battlefield before this
I
one
think
coming
I
out?
think it was 5. It's just a
I
V,
think it
right?
was
It's 5.
5.
Yeah.
One and the
So
Battlefield 1 and then 5, right? Yeah.
yeah. So he
Something like that.
went to download 5, and it was 90 gigs, right? And my internet speed was like 196. So I said on wireless. So I said, oh well, let me plug in my Ethernet cable, right? Make it faster. So it went to 400 plus something. That's pretty fast. Just download a
Yeah, it
game.
is pretty fast.
And I'm not lying. It's on the video, and it took over an hour to download. I was like, mother effer,
Wow,
and
really?
over an hour, and I don't know why. So I don't know what
Wow.
game you were downloading because you said 96 gigs, but it took over an hour. So we end up playing the game the next day because I wasn't about to wait. But
You want to know the trick to that? I don't know why, and I think people in the chat will agree with this. I don't know why. For some reason, let's say it did take an hour. Let's say
right,
it did, right? Absolutely. It's like, man, it's gonna take an hour. For some reason, if you test your internet connection on the PS5 or PS4, or you
right,
reset it, stop it, and pause it, sometimes it goes faster. Right
right.
after, like, as soon as you hit the continue button, it goes faster. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I
yeah, I
don't know.
don't. I have the gig, and it's not. It only can go so high.
Right.
Like my
Yeah.
internet speed to download a game is only 100 or 120 megs per second. It's
Right.
not going any higher than
Right.
that. So. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know,
That's crazy.
but it's because I know a buddy of mine. I really thought he was capping, as they say, because he was like, "Man, I download games on my PlayStation 5 in 5 minutes," and that was months ago. I was like, because my boy, he got everything. He got the Series X, he got PlayStation 5, he got it all, right? So I was like, "Wow, 5 minutes." So when I did this for myself, I was like, "Bro, are you serious right now?" Now, I don't know if that was just some weird. I
It
can't
might have
explain
been.
it. I can't explain it, but that was my experience. So just like you said, your friend. Oh, if you walk outside with Stadia, then maybe it ain't gonna be working. Well, maybe somebody did walk outside and it wasn't working. That's their experience.
Probably.
I don't know what to
You
tell
know.
you. Let me see. My man Ryzak always talking about Rocket League. He said I need Rocket League. Um, let's see. You ever play Rocket League?
Yeah, that
Okay.
game's so much fun.
Yeah, it is. But you got it, man. Listen, it takes some skill in that game, man. Like
It
people just think,
does.
oh, you're just driving a car and knocking balls in, bro. You're driving a car trying to knock balls in a goal. Like it just
It's like
sounds
micro machines. I
crazy,
remember
but
my lady came in. She's like, "What are you playing?" I was like, "It's soccer with micro machines."
that's pretty much what it is, man. Um, let's see. Stadia Pro he said, yeah, I want all my games in the cloud, even Mario. Maybe one day. Did you know the Nintendo Switch you could play certain games in the cloud?
Really?
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
could
know that.
play Hitman 3, and it was day it came out in the cloud, and Control. And there's another game that's supposed to be coming to the cloud. So that's pretty crazy. I
That
mean,
is
that's
crazy.
might be a way for Nintendo to get around having to come out with a Pro Switch. Because again, the whole thing about the cloud is you can pretty much stream high quality to certain devices. So maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Josh said, I don't know about the Cowboy. Next gen gaming is always about graphics. I mean, that is true. So let's get into that. To be honest with you, that's the thing. So I was always a graphic guy, man. I grew up, oh, this got 8 bits. Now we got 16 bits. Now we got 32. Now we got 64. Now we got 128. That was my life, bro. I'm trash talking. Oh, I remember getting an Atari Jaguar, and people was like, but it isn't real 64 bits because it got two 34-bit processors, not one full one. I was like, damn it, right? So when people say like, oh, why you guys arguing about video games? Like, yo, we're passionate. It's the same. Would you tell a Dallas Cowboy fan to stop trash talking to Eagles guy? You just think it's second nature. Like, whatever, that's what they do. So that's what we do, right? Now people get a bit out of hand. I agree, but that's what we
Oh yeah.
do. But yeah, as far as graphics, I mean, yeah, so that's why people talk trash with the Xbox because they would say, well, they got 12 teraflops, right? And PlayStation 5 only got 10.28. So, but
But that
again,
1.3 doesn't really make a huge difference, man.
so
Because mm,
I did watch the Sony thing, and that's what I was trying to explain the other day to somebody is that it's all about optimization, right? So it's
there you go.
what you have to work with and how you use that when you're working with it, right? So Sony explained how the PlayStation 5 is optimized in a certain way that they could do things, they could do special things with it and make things look that great. So I mean that's an interesting way to look at it. But what's your take on the whole graphics thing, man? Josh, bro, that was a good shout on the power narrative and all that stuff.
To me, graphics always mattered. You know what I mean? Just like
Mhm.
yourself. It's like, I want to get a console, like let's say PS3 to PS4. I want to see what the graphics are going to look like, man.
Right, right,
Like, we all knew I was hoping for the PS4 generation to have a lot of 60 frame games, but obviously they didn't do it.
right.
I thought the PS4 Pro was going to do it with the 60 frames and the
Yep.
graphic fidelity had more clarity in it. For example, I was playing Ark Survival Evolved, and my dude had his PS4 Slim.
Mhm.
His base PS4 broke for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, so we were playing that game. I took a screenshot. He took a screenshot. He goes, "Yo, look at your picture compared to mine." I was like, "Yeah, crispy, isn't it?" But it's not the graphic fidelity wasn't like, "Oh crap!" It was like, "That looks nice. That looks way nicer. I like that."
Right.
And it wasn't a leap like the Xbox One X for the Xbox One. That was a little nice mid generation leap right there. You know what I mean? But like a little debate back and forth on Twitter like a week ago, right?
Mhm.
And people were like, "That's not how it works." So I basically said that with the same narrative about the 1.3 teraflop difference. Doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, you can do a little bit more or a little bit less. It doesn't matter. They're not really using the 12 teraflops at one game. They're not using it.
Right.
People need to get over that. But I said, like, let's just dive in a little bit with the compute units, right? Everybody's like, yeah, but PS5 has 2.3 gigahertz and Xbox Series X only has 1.8, 25 or something. I'm like, yeah. Now imagine if Sony put 52 compute units, same as Xbox Series X, with the same 2.3 and they had 1.8. What system would be more powerful?
Right.
PS5 would be, and I'm not being a fanboy or whatever. I'm just
Right.
saying,
No,
like, numbers, like,
yeah.
and it's like the PS5 would have at least 14 to 16 teraflops if they had 52 with the same frequency power, right? You know what I mean? And then, that's what I'm saying. So the 1.3 teraflops or 1.7 teraflops really doesn't make that big of a difference. It
Right.
really doesn't, man.
Well, and here's the thing too. I think people have to realize we root real hard for the consoles, right? And that specific company, Sony versus Microsoft. But it's really about the developers, right? So you could get look at an indie game, right? So somebody be like, yo, like, I'm not gonna lie, when Xbox, and I gave Xbox credit, I said, listen, I think they killed E3. Why? Because they showed the most value. They showed the most games at E3, and they showed that most of the out of the 30 games, 27 was gonna be on their Game Pass. So for me, they showed a lot of value. Now, do I care about all them games? No. Most of them games was indie games, right? So people, oh, look how many games, but most of them was indie games. Now, my point is this: indie games, not to be funny, but you can't compare them to another game because graphically they're trash. If you put them up to like, this masterpiece looking game. So that just means that developer budget wasn't high enough to make this game look like that. So we can't keep saying like, oh, well, this has higher specs, so it's going to be better. No, that developer have to make a game and utilize that hardware.
Here's a great example of that, right? So I'm all about graphics, but I understand what you're saying about the AA indie titles, right?
Right.
Valheim. Look at Valheim on Steam. Not the graphically crazy amazing game, but it's a very good game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. We really can't judge a book by its cover just on graphics.
That's
Am I
true.
for graphics? Absolutely. Is it going to be there? Hell, I got Ratchet and Clank on PS5 because I like what the PS5 did, what the developers did with that
Right.
game. Is it worth 70? No, but I did because I want to try it out for myself right here in front of me, so I could play it and just visualize it and be like, "Yo, this game looks amazing." It really does.
Let me
Is it
let me
worth 70? Again,
let
probably
me
not. But
let me jump on the 70 thing though. I hear the argument, but I'm really not in the argument because I'm, a Stadia guy and the price didn't raise for those games. But this is what I want to say. Yo, are we like new to gaming? Because last time I checked, every time gaming got more powerful, the price kind of went up. So I mean, not defending Sony, but who didn't think like, okay, kudos to Xbox for not raising the price, but I saw that coming because I've been playing Sony forever. I mean, at the end of the day, Like I remember that you talking about prices. Yo, Nintendo 64 games used to be $74.99. I worked at Sears when that came out, bro.
Really? I thought it was like 50.
Not so when let me get it right. Not Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo 64, not GameCube, because I was thinking, wait, I think I was working at a video game store when GameCube came out also. But those games was expensive as hell because they was cartridges. Now the PlayStation games was like 50 something dollars because there was a disc, but cartridges cost more money. Those games were
Yeah.
super expensive. So at the end of the day, when technology increases, a lot of times they increase the the amount of money. Like was PlayStation 1 games still the same price as the PlayStation 3 games? Like, no, it ended up increasing. But at the end of the day, if you like something that much, you'll just have to pay for it. It is what it is. I like a folding phone. It costs $19.80. People's like, bro, you dumb. Bro, it's my money. I wanted it. I got it, right? So you can't tell me what value is. Value for you, right? You probably never spend that much money on a phone, right? I wouldn't spend that much money on Jordans. So who, you
I
know what
got
I'm saying?
the Note 20 Ultra 5G. It cost me like 15.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, and people
Boom.
will look at you like you crazy.
At 50 times, the 50 times zoom is nuts on that phone.
Yeah,
Man, I gotta show you a screenshot. Last night I took the moon. This is totally off topic. I took the
yeah,
moon, boom, regular shot, and they zoomed all the way in. It was just nuts, like looking through a damn telescope. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I mean, I do regular vlogging. So like even this Monday, and I got to finish the video, but my stepson graduated. I'm at his graduation, and I'm way back and just zoomed in. It's like, dang, excuse me. And this is the first
Crazy.
fold, so I can imagine what the Note 21 looks like. Are you sad? It's off topic that this year they're not. Well, you probably wouldn't bought one anyway because you just recently got one. But they're skipping the Note this year.
Yeah, I'm not buying that for like 3 or 4 years. This
Yeah,
phone's really,
yeah.
really up there, man.
Same thing with this. I had this phone for 3 years now, and I feel like phones. Remember when they used to have a big jump? They stopped doing big jumps. It'd be like the cameras, the lens is a little bit better. They got now the Gorilla Glass 6. Like it wouldn't
Hmm.
be a crazy. So for me, I feel like, man, I especially these phones are expensive. I'd rather wait a couple generations so I could feel
Yeah,
like, oh, this was an upgrade. Like they're talking about the new phones having 144 hertz, right? So it's like, oh,
yeah.
look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So anyway, let me get into the and if you got anything you want to bring up too, chill, just bring it to the table. Anything you want to bring up as I go into these comments. My boy RJ Stadia is in the building. What's up, RJ? He said, preach. I guess I'm preaching a little bit, man. Let's see. He said, just joined here and heard microwaves. Hey man, listen, I like the microwave. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. All right, so Josh said, he said, and the tech allows for more. He's talking about the PS5, and tech allows for more features and animations because of the hardware. He said PS5 graphics and abilities dwarf PS4. Yeah, it definitely does.
Oh yeah.
But I will say this. Let me ask you this, Chill. I'm so because I was so into graphics, and I'm not that much anymore. Reason why I got out of graphics is I got a 70-inch 4K TV, right? But Stadia because love to just be on the go. My laptop I'm using right now is what I stream on, right? But then I'll just pick my laptop up and sit in the bed sometimes with my wife as we watching a show as I'm playing games, or I'll just play on my phone. So the fact that I start playing on smaller screens than my 74-inch 4K TV and my laptop is only 1080, like I look at it like I'll play my 1080 60 and a Marvel Avengers, and my son will walk in and he'd be like, "Yo, how did it look so good?" I'm like, I don't know, this laptop got 144 hertz. I mean, it's 1080 60. It's good, right? But my question to you is, what have you seen so far that blew? Is there a thing, because you're into graphics, that you've seen a game and said, God damn, this looks amazing. I've never seen nothing like that. Has there been such a game yet, or we're still waiting for typically when 3 to 4 years in a cycle of a console is when the developers really tap into that console and blow your mind, right? But it like is like what have you? Is there something you've seen and you was like, bro, you just have to see it for yourself because this blew my socks off? Is that such a game yet?
Nope. Ratchet and Clank again looks amazing for what it is. A cartoony game,
Right,
right? The ray tracing, the frame rate, it looks amazing, but we're not there yet. Either console, we
right.
are far from. I don't care about Halo. I don't care about
Mm-hmm. Forza.
Horizons. I always get Forza and Horizon Zero Dawn like
Yeah, I
always
used
mixed
to
up. So
do that
Horizon
too.
Forbidden West. phenomenal looking games, but it's still no wow factor. It's still like, oh crap, look at like it ain't there yet. There's one game in particular I'm interested in. It's called Forspoken. Now I was looking into it a little bit more, and I'm gonna get into a Returnal situation, right?
Okay.
So Forspoken, it was a Project Athia. You know, I looked into it. The game looks phenomenal. The realism they're using and what they're doing, it looks like a fast-paced game. Like she runs a lot, you know what I mean? So that's I'm really interested in, and that's like 2 or 3 years away. Probably like 2022, 2023, I would say around there, and that's fine. But again, we are not there yet to have these developers utilize these game engines for us to be like, holy crap, look at this game. Going to Returnal real quick. It could be a cool game. I bought it because I want to see the next gen capabilities, man. I just want to see one already. This is why I got the PS5. I don't care about spending money on a game that I may be liking. I might go down the road and I might play it later. That's just how I am. So I bought it on my 1080p monitor, and I talked to ISO about this already. Like on a 1080p on a smaller game monitor, it's more compressed, so it looks better, right, than a big 50-inch 1080p. That's just, you know, it is what it is. But then if I put my PS5 on my 4K Sony Bravia, right, I seen Returnal's flaws. I was like, ew. It looks nasty. I'm sorry, but to me, it's a 1080p game.
Now,
no question, it's already been there, but you can see it. I'm sorry, but you can see it. It's nasty.
Now,
I don't like it.
that. Let me ask you this, because you got it. Because again, maybe I need to play it more. But when I played Astro, I was like, I mean, listen, when you're yanking the thing, you feel it go. That was cool, right?
But to be honest, I only play like 10 minutes of Astro. I really didn't play like
blow
that.
my socks off. But my question for you is, how does the adaptive triggers feel with Returnal? Like, explain that for me, because because that sound interesting. So walk me through that.
It's at first I was like, I was kind of mad because like what they did was like, if you have to like I think it's the shoot button. If you press an R2 a little bit, you can use the other button. Or the first gun. If you press it all the way, you have to hold it for the charge gun. I'm like, okay. So then they have a little the aiming thing was a little bit. You press it in a little bit, it stops you. Then you press it all the way in, it does something different. That's cool, but it's kind of annoying. I'm like, what happens to just switching my guns? Like, I don't want to use the press a little bit. Use it. Nah, man, just let me switch my guns.
Now, you know what's funny though? I'm gonna be honest, man. Sometimes tech people just want to do things, but let's be honest. Remember PlayStation 3 came out and every damn game had the motion controller. Yeah. Yo, I remember Layer. Do you remember Layer, the dragon game? Bro,
I think so. I think my cousin had that.
You're flying, you holding control and you're flying with the dragon. Well, guess what? People hated that so bad that eventually the developers put a patch in that you could turn it off. Because at first you couldn't. You had to use the motion controllers. So you had to yank down the controller, which made the dragon dive down, and he yanked up and it dove back up. I thought it was cool, but so many people was like, this is just no. So I think a lot of times we're like, developers say this will be mind blowing, but I think sometimes we're not there yet. Like VR, there's a lot of people like VR, and there's a lot of people that's like 3D. 3D was cool, but then eventually it was like, look what happened to 3D. It just didn't catch, right? Didn't stick. So what I'm curious on, just like Rumble, regular Rumble, there's some people who turn it off because it messes up their accuracy, right? Or sometimes you just like, you know. So I played Astro for maybe 20 minutes. It was interesting, you know, but it wasn't mind blowing to me.
It's cool, you know. The features on our controller are cool. Let's just break it down like that. It's cool features to have. There's no doubt about it. But you know, I heard that they've been on there in Xbox anyway, the last generations or before that, whatever. I honestly, I'm really gonna agree with ISO when he said this, man. I think the best features for this controller, for that, you know, for the triggers and everything, are for racing games and bow and arrow type things. You know what I mean? That's to me, that's about it. You know what I mean? I actually played what the hell did I play? I forgot what I played. I was driving and I was playing for Horizon again. Not Horizon. I don't even remember anymore. I'm just all over the place with PC, PS5, and Nintendo. I'm like all over the place, but he's right. That feature for a racing game for the PS5 controller is phenomenal. I like it. Like, you really hit, you know, it's funny, right? People like, get out of here, but it really immerses you into the game. I'm sorry, it really does. Do we need it? No. Is it useful? Maybe. I don't know. But it's cool to have, just to have. You can turn it off. So, you know what I mean? Again, it's just a little feature. It's just whatever.
And not every developer, be clear, is probably going to even use it. So that's another thing. Developer have to say, you know what, this would be cool for our game, or we don't care. And to explain what we're talking about, guys, if you haven't got a chance to check it out, what it is what I so when I got to try it for myself, because I was trying to understand, what do you mean? It's if you press the R2 and L2 in halfway, you actually feel it stop. Like kind of stops. Like, oh wait, it's done. But if you press it harder, then it's almost like you said, kind of two buttons. You press it in and it stops. Like it actually has a give. Like, and then if you press it harder, it goes again, as if it is like two buttons. You pressed one and then you press the other one. So that's the best
Yeah.
way I could explain it. Let me do this. Let's see. Ashes. The Ashes jumped in the building. What's up, man? Let's see. Chariot Man Gaming's in the building. What's going on? And guys, who have just came in, if you want to ask a question, just put the word question. Let's see. Ray said much respect to Chill Gaming. Definitely. All right. So ISO said, Cowboy, what's your take on Halo Infinite? All right. Here's my thing. I was a big fan of Halo Part 1 and Part 2. The only thing got me out of Halo is I thought I was the man. I created a clan and pretty much a video game. Well, we call them clans if you guys don't know. That's video game clan. And I was the head of the clan. I created it. We used to go to this one store and have tournaments. We won 18 straight tournaments before we got our first loss. First game we lost on was Smash Brothers because we were older. Everybody else was younger, and they destroyed us. Then I said, oh, they got a Halo 2 tournament? I'm going to rip people. Well, this before I was playing online. Bro. I got destroyed so bad. I didn't even kill a person. I got so mad. I was like, I ain't even playing this game no more. I was so trash. But Halo Infinite, here's my problem with Halo. And if you guys are fans, my bad. Bungie created Halo, right? So I'm not going to knock Halo so much because the actual creators left Halo, but they did. So I feel like the people who truly visioned Halo for when I was playing Halo, it's like when people get on me, bro, how you don't consider Smash Brothers a fighting game? Because I'm 45 years old. So I kind of left Nintendo a long time ago because I felt like it was a little kiddie-ish. So maybe someone younger than me was, for them, Smash Brothers was the thing, right? So Smash Brothers is cool. For me, I'm like, Smash Brothers isn't a fighting game. So for me, when I kind of got out of Halo, I remember I got out of Halo because I sucked at it, right? So I kind of was like, and then I also got into PlayStation. And obviously, PlayStation don't have Halo. But for me, I was a diehard PlayStation, diehard Halo guy. Halo was just a first-person shooter to me. I got into Resistance Fall of Man. You ask me, it's better than Halo. That was just me personally. Now, Halo is futuristic, so you had vehicles and stuff. But Fall of Man, I feel like the way they did it, it was just better. Now, I'm leading up to Infinite. I don't have a problem with them showing Halo Infinite and it didn't look amazing, and then they get, fans get pissed off and they decide to take it back and fix it. That's cool. Look at Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. Honestly, it looked like trash, right? Fans got so pissed off they spent, I think, $3 million to recreate Sonic, right? So that was cool, right? They said, you know what, you didn't like it, let's go back to the drawing board. Halo, I'm not gonna get on them for that. They've tried something. Maybe they was being a little, not spending enough money. I don't know. And people didn't like it. They pulled it back. Me personally, the fact that Halo Infinite online mode is free, I think is cool. Some people thought that was dumb, but my thing is, Fortnite is killing it and it's free. Call of Duty said, we're going to make Warzone and it's free. So there's definitely a market for free-to-play games, and people are able to make money on that market. So somebody said to me, hey, why don't they just come out with a new IP? Why waste it on Halo? No, look at Call of Duty. They could have said the same thing. Call of Duty is probably, if not the number one first-person shooter, period. And if you say Halo, I'm sorry to tell you, no. Halo doesn't touch Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty popularity, sales, it's just a big game. Now, they saw something in free-to-play game and they jumped in there and they're killing with Warzone. So I can't knock Halo for doing the same thing, because at the end of the day, these companies want to make money. Yeah, they want you to be a fan, but they want to make money. And obviously, Microsoft is showing that they don't care. They want to be on everything. They want their subscription to be here. They want to be on PC. Damn it, if I ain't no better, in about 5 years, you'll be able to get Game Pass on Sony, on the PlayStation. Does it seem like Microsoft is like, listen, we just want everybody to play? Because what people don't realize is Microsoft said 2 years ago, He said, our competition is no longer Sony and Nintendo. Our competition is Google and Amazon, meaning 2 years ago, they saw that the cloud was going to be something to take serious. So here's the thing. The fact that they bought Bethesda for $7.7 billion, they might still allow Bethesda games to be on everything. So who's the real puppet master? The person who keeps everything to themselves, or the person that say, I don't care because I'm gonna make money off of you and you and you. So to bring it back, I don't nothing in Halo Infinite made me say I have to play it. Bungie said we're gonna make a game bigger and better than Halo in every way. They literally said that. You could look up the quote, and they was talking about Destiny. So they made Destiny. They bought themselves out of being under Microsoft, let them keep Halo, and they stuck to Destiny. We can all admit Destiny is doing pretty good, right? So that is not a knock to Halo, but I just feel like I outgrew Halo personally. I think it's a decent, cool first-person shooter that's futuristic, but there's nothing I seen that made me say, "Hey, I have to play Halo."
Yeah, you're right. Because I never really got into Halo. I did try the Master Chief Collection maybe like a month ago, and I didn't like that I couldn't aim down the sights. I'm like, I'm the kind of shooter guy who likes to aim down sights. Like
Gotcha.
I got to see what I'm doing. Not saying it's a bad game. It's just I prefer to aim down my sights. And if Halo doesn't offer that, I don't know if I ever get into it. That's a problem
Yeah,
for me.
and
Because
that's
I actually
fair.
want to check it out. I definitely want to check out the new one. So I'll probably just wing it and just say, you know what, let's just wing it. Let's just hip fire the whole time
Right.
and be like Doom.
I mean, here's the thing, man. I got GameFly, so I rent stuff. Like, if PlayStation don't up it and say, hey, you have to get a PlayStation 5, which I feel like they shouldn't right now. I think, and I get it, it's a console war, but I feel like, dude, first of all, it's hard to get these systems, not even because of COVID, but not even because it's just hard to get them, right? You got a couple reasons. Two, the PlayStation 4 was one of the best selling consoles, so that means a lot of people have consoles. So that means there's a lot more money you could still make if you make a game for both. So I get it that there's a war, but when they said we are generations, or what was the term?
We believe in generations.
So I didn't take that. I didn't never took that as, oh, and I'm not even a diehard fan of PlayStation anymore, but I hear that. I didn't take that as we're only doing PlayStation 5. I took it as the word generations with
Yeah,
an S.
plural.
Yes, plural, meaning we're going to have games on PlayStation 4. We ain't leaving the PlayStation 4 anytime soon. That's where I take that. And we got the PlayStation 5. So if you're not leaving this anytime soon, then why wouldn't you have games on both? Now, if a developer say, listen, we want to make a game that fully utilizes the PlayStation 5 hardware, then that means it cannot be on PlayStation 4, correct? Unless you make a watered down version, but that means you got to develop two different games, right? Unless you graphically say, all right, we're going to make the lower game first and then make it be a upgraded boost, right? So, but that doesn't bother me, man, because at the end of the
That
day,
doesn't bother me either.
yeah,
If game's gonna be on the PS4 Pro or whatever, I would say Pro because the base
right.
PS4 it's gonna have limits. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah,
if they have games next 2 or 3 years down the line for PS4 Pro or PS4 in general, that's fine. You know what I mean? Let's utilize that, but don't hold back on a PS5 version, man. Ah, man, that's something I'm totally against. Do not hold back on the next gen consoles.
for me, I think they're gonna do their thing. Now, I want to get into this, and I want to ask you this because I made a video on this also subject, and I want to ask you guys watching. Um, are they really still? Should they even be still called next gen? I feel like they replaced the current consoles, so now they are the current consoles. So I mean, are they?
It's true and not.
You
It's
know,
like the way I look at it is next gen hardware. You know what I mean? So you could
right?
say like current gen who has next gen hardware than compared to the last gen. It is what it is with that. And I'm gonna say this, and this is probably gonna be funny, and
Okay.
people are gonna like probably hate on me for this.
Uh,
But I really think Nintendo Switch is the real next gen.
okay. And why
I
is that?
really do. It's portable, the portability, online or offline, and take it anywhere you want to go.
Right.
That's
Um,
simple as that.
if I would get up and go to my living room, I could grab a Sega Nomad that came out in the 90s, and it
Dude,
does exactly what the Switch does. So either somebody from the future came back in the 90s and created the Sega Nomad, or I mean, So it's weird when we do wordplay, right? I do the same thing when I'm saying I don't feel they're next gen because I feel like they're current gen. Like if all of a sudden, and we know this, PlayStation made a patent for a PlayStation 5 Pro, right? So when that comes out, whenever, I mean, before that comes out, would that be next gen? Because then if
No,
that's out,
that's a generation
mid-gen
update.
upgrade, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like there, the word next gen is for something, two things. It's for something that is on the horizon, so it's not out yet, or it could be for something that's just, I mean, that's why I look at the cloud as next gen. It's something that's not mainstream, right? Not everybody is into it, so it's not even the mainstream thing, and it's doing something that the mainstream isn't doing. These next gen consoles, they're not doing nothing the other consoles couldn't do. They're just doing it looking better and faster, to be honest, right?
Yeah,
So,
with the frame rates, the SSD and stuff like that. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, to be honest with you, what can the play be? And besides the controller, okay, now hepatic
I
feed,
do like the share play option though. The share play on
right?
the PS5 is dope because again, I was playing the Destiny 2 with my brother, and he goes, "Yo, let's check this out." He hit the share play. I hit the share play. I could see his game in real time. He could see me. It was nuts. I'm like, okay, that's what I like. That's the kind of share play I like. I don't have to quit my game and watch his stuff. I can actually keep
Right.
playing my game and watch his at the same time.
I mean, that's
I
cool.
like that
It
actually.
sounds like Stream Connect that's on Stadia, where if you and me were both playing, a box comes up on the screen and I can see everything you're doing. So if we're playing the
Oh,
Division
okay, yeah.
2 and you're playing, it's a 4-man group, and you got you and three other people, then you can see all three of your guys. A box will come up and you can see all of what they're doing. It's perfect for when I'm playing with some of these idiots that I play with. They always trying to kill me or my boy. He would always fly in a plane and then a helicopter and jump out because I never had upgraded to the parachute. So I'd be like, yo, bro, I didn't even see it coming. But now I can watch his screen. He'd be like, I already know you trying to jump out on the thing on me or crash into me, run me over with a car.
That's funny.
But yeah, so yeah, I was curious to wonder what people think about next gen. Like, what is next gen? Because I feel like, you know, I don't know, man. I feel like the consoles, they look better and they load faster, but other than that, I mean, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
It really depends. If another thing I want to talk about is the PS Now, man. It's like they
Okay.
do have a lot of games, but they do have a PS Now app on the PC. But I wish they utilized the optimization to have these games to run on PC hardware, man. It's just it's such a disappointment
Yeah.
because I don't feel like streaming games. I don't like streaming games. I like to play the game,
Right.
like download it and play it. Again, like Stadia people, they love to just
Right.
go on and just play the game. That's
'Cause
it. I
that's
don't
all
want to
they
hear no
got.
load
Yeah,
time.
that's
You know
all
what I
they
mean?
got. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, and Beast of Truth. I know he was talking about. I said, yeah, but Sony's investing $18.5 billion in gaming services, and he said, yeah, within the next 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? But if they come out with like maybe not day and date, what I
Right.
mean, maybe they can't afford that, and that's
Right.
fine. It's not Microsoft $2 trillion.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if they have a lot of exclusive you can play on the service for PC too that came out a few years ago or whatever, that's cool. People will buy that to play those games. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Well,
I don't know. Sony needs to do something.
here's what's going to be cool. Sony obviously won the popularity contest, right? There's more people with some PlayStations, right? If they come out with something similar, and again, excuse me, it's a lot of wars, right? So if they come out with something similar to excuse me, Game Pass, Sony fans are gonna go crazy. They're gonna love it, right? But then again, there's still some people that haven't even, just like some people haven't adopted the cloud. There's people who haven't adopted subscription model either. Some people are like, what? You know? So because let's be real, that's what's making Game Pass look good right now. Typically, a subscription model is either old games or low budget games, right? When you think of Netflix, right? Netflix, you're not gonna get the movie that's in the movie theater on Netflix. It's just not gonna happen. You're gonna get their made up Netflix version, and every time I think of a Netflix show, I'm like, now some people might love it and be like, oh no, if you give it a chance, it's good, but it doesn't have that presence. And I know some people don't like when I was talking about Game of the Year, Beast of Truth didn't like that. I didn't make it up, but in your peers in the gaming community, one of the highest things is the game of the year, right? Now, is everybody voting? No. But people from Xbox, from this, from that, journalists, whatever, are voting for these games of the year. And I didn't make it up, but I told him I did play Last of Us 1, and I still say it's the best game I ever played in my life. Meaning the day it came out, It had the best looking graphics at the time. It had the smoothest gameplay. The story was amazing. Now, is it my favorite game? No, those are two different distinctions, but it's a top-notch game. And guess what? That won game of the year. As a gamer, I could say that deserved it. And that year, you tell me what should have beat it if you played all the games that was nominated, right? So at the end of the day, I mean, it's just certain things that people use to measure, because we got to do something, right? We can't just be like, well, my game's better than your game because I said so. You got to say, okay, well, let's take 10 people and how many people think that game was better. And at the end of the day, it's just majority rules. I didn't make it up. It's been something forever. How we get presidents, we vote. And if you win more of the votes, then you end up becoming president or get elected. I mean, I didn't make this up. So, so Sony does come out with something, spending 18 point whatever billion dollars. I mean, I think Sony would do amazing things, but I also think Sony's biggest win is also their issue, meaning that they are the king of sales when it comes to consoles because people go crazy for their exclusives. So I can't see them putting a God of War day and date on a pass because they're not going to make as much
Yeah.
money if it's bundled in versus if they could sell each individual game. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be like career suicide. Like why would you lose all that money? And I don't think they care to be better than Game Pass that much to lose a lot of money.
That is true. You know what I mean? They have to be careful what they invest in and
Right.
what they're bringing to the table. Bring some absolutely AAA titles in there, but don't bring day and date one. You know what I mean? Let them
Right.
pay for it. I'll pay for it if I like it. You know, for example, before 2015, I heard of the Dark Souls series. You know, Demon Souls Dark. I heard of that game, but it really didn't hit me that good. You know what I mean? I always wanted to try them. I was like, you know what? I might try that later on. But Bloodborne hit me like a ton of bricks. I watched the trailers. I was like, you know what? I like this game. My dude's like, yo, that's the from software. They made Demon Souls, Dark Souls, whatever. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna get into this game, man. You down? He goes, yo, I'm betting in day one. I was like, all right, cool. We got into it. It took me 4 to 6 hours to get through the first area because everybody I know,
Yeah.
they always failed for the first area. That's gonna make or break them. Either they're gonna keep playing, or there's like, I ain't playing this freaking game. Frig this. So I was like, yo, just keep playing it. You know what I mean? So once you get a insight, you know, the currency to bring your co-op friend involved, it's more fun. But if you beat that boss in that level, they can't join you. So it was kind of fun.
Right.
Um, yeah, man. Like I was really excited when I heard there's always rumors about this game about being it remastered or up the ante upgrade for 60 frames, which I wish it does. You know, Sony has yet to announce their upcoming event. We all know they're gonna have one. There's
Right.
talks about next month that they're gonna have one, so I don't know. They could be like, "Hey, here's a little special presentation. Oh, Bloodborne remastered. You could download today." I'm like, "Oh, there
Let
you
me
go."
let me ask you this
You know,
because there's a lot of talk about the older games. I mess with a lot of people. I'm like, bro, but they're old games. I wouldn't get a next gen console to play these old games, so that's kind of annoying to me. But we all know when the next gen consoles come out, they don't have that many games at launch. So it is what it is. But here's my question: um, have you seen a game? Because I never seen this, and I want to, right? And I want to go to someone's house, and I want them to show me like 120 frames per second, and I'd be like, that looks, because I never seen something running at 120 frames. So
you
if
did?
will I see something at 120 frames and be like, because I know a guy that's like, I could never play 30 frames after 60, right? And I'm like, I don't know, I play my Marvel Avengers at 60, and I could turn it off and be like, I mean, it's all right. But after I'm getting into the game, I don't even notice it. I'm playing a damn game. I'm not paying attention to me how it looks when I run past the trees, right? So is 120? I got to see it for myself. Is 120 like mind blowing?
Yeah, it's a lot way smoother. You know what
Right.
I mean? For example, my buddy, he was playing Warzone, I think in 60 frames, and I had Warzone on my PC playing 160 frames.
Mhm.
And he goes, they call me Jers. They're like, Jers, that's not fair. I was like, 1v1 me, man. He goes, nah, man, you go back on PS4 and 1v1 me. I was like, I'm not downgrading myself for you. I was like, either you get good or you're
Right.
not gonna play me. That's it. I got a PC now, man. I'm playing but yeah, man. To answer your question, yeah, 120 makes a whole lot of difference, man. You're gonna see day and night differences right
I
there.
gotta see
And
it,
then
man.
see, I'm so used to playing on high frames, you know, PS5 with 60 or 120 or more every day. I went back to Bloodborne. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, oh man, all right. Let me take a couple hours to get used to my at least to the 30. And GTA 5 still 30 frames. So it's
Right.
like, oh man, this is crazy.
I gotta see it for myself. Ray said 10 to 15 minutes on the PS5 downloads. I still can't tell. Let's see. Chariot Man Gamer said, I'm about to do some gameplay on my Google TV right now. Yeah, Google TV just came. Well, Google TV been out, but now you can play Stadia on it. So a lot of Stadia fans are pretty excited about that. It's a big deal in the Stadia community. Let's see. Battlefield 5. Thanks, ISO. Let me catch up with this chat. I'm late. Let's see. ISO said, no idea why, but my Xbox Series S downloads games way faster than my PS5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now I guess if loading, right? So what about the load times? I know the load time is supposed to be crazy with the SSD, right?
Yeah, load times are almost not even a thing anymore. Almost. Still there, but almost gone.
Yo, we got the troll Doc Dark up in the building, and he said PlayStation and Stadia sucks. Now what? And he said Xbox is next gen. It's 120 frames per second for $500. He said, and then Banana Peel is in here. He said, don't play Stadia ever. And then Doc said, no game of the year only matters to Sony fans. That's because you don't have any. I guess it wouldn't matter to you. Yo,
Drop
hey,
the hammer on him.
listen, bro. I wish you, hey, Doc, let you and me, listen, let me tell you something. I'm a clown, boy. I've been clowning since elementary school. And another thing, I love to debate. You guys like to just talk about stuff. Forget video games. I like to win in a debate. So if you come in here, Doc, make sure you got your skills up. Cause I watched you. Sorry to clown him. Hey, hold on real quick, chill. Let me shots fired on this dude. I was gonna make a video, Doc. How you gonna be? Hey, Doc, you open it, all right? You come on my show. I'll clown the audience too. You know when you go to a comedy show and the person in the front row sitting there with the big hair and the comedian's like, "Hold up, hey Doc, this is gonna be you right now. This clown gonna make a personal video. I'm gonna backpedal. I'm not an Xbox anymore. I'm a casual gamer and I'm a regular gamer. So, but I'm gonna get my skills up. And when I do, Sony ponies, they're not playing fair. They're going in on me because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And eventually, I'm gonna get. Hey man, bro. First of all, you just dropped the flag. You ain't never supposed to be like, well, I'm gonna downgrade my status. That's like the general in the army talking about, I'm not a general no more. I'm gonna be a lieutenant because I can't do 5 miles. Bro, don't come in here with your non-gaming self, all right? Do what you said, Doc. Get your game up, get your skills up, then you come back. Because again, forget video games. I like to debate. So if I'm gonna get into a debate, I'm gonna have my ducks in a row, all right? Just so you know. And I like to make people look stupid because I'm a clown. But at the end of the day, I like to keep it clean too. But Doc, don't come in here with that nonsense, all right? Talk about it only matters to Sony fans because you ain't got none. I guess if you did have that's why I asked Beast the truth. I said, let me ask you a question. Was there ever an Xbox game that won Game of the Year? I mean, I just don't remember. They could have been. I don't remember. So the thing is, it wouldn't matter to you if you're debating or arguing because you can't use it in a debate or argument, right? That's like I got the best ice cream, and you're like, well, my fudge is really good, and ice cream don't matter. Well, bro, your stand is a fudge stand. You don't even have ice cream, so I guess it wouldn't matter. True or false? Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I digress. Now, Doc is my dude, man. He's like my idol, man. This guy, I love what his channel does. He does no editing, no nothing. He just press play, start talking, turn it off, and he got like thousands of views. I'm like,
he does his thing, man. He does his thing,
man. And
it's kind of funny because he is right, man. Xbox, they're doing something with Microsoft. They're doing something right because there's one thing I always will agree with any Xbox fan, man. You know what I mean? I'm open-minded to get any console, any platform. I don't care what it is. If it gives me happiness and joy out of it, I'm going to play it. I don't care.
Agreed.
But the fact that Sony didn't utilize their next gen capabilities to have almost all last gen games to be 60 frames at least, that's kind of a disappointment. That's kind of a kick in the stomach. And then Microsoft using the futuristic 100 up to 120 FPS boost for all these games, that's kind of amazing. Maybe because they knew they weren't going to get next gen games lined up quickly. I don't know what the thing was, but yeah, man, I really wish Sony implemented that on our system because that sucks.
I'm gonna say this, right, and I'm gonna be honest. So Microsoft was onto something when the Xbox One was coming out, right? So hear me out, right? The Xbox, it was their downfall, but they were right. So the Xbox One was coming out, and they came on stage. They said, "You're not going to be able to trade games." People said, "What? You're not going to be able to trade your games in. You're not going to be able to let your friend borrow a game." People say, "What?" And your system going to have to use the internet like all the time. And they said something stupid. The Kinect's always going to be on, so that was terrible. But just think of that. At the time, and Sony went out.
Are you talking about the cloud, right, or Game Pass or
Think about it.
something?
You want to borrow my game? Here, take it. But what Xbox was onto, 60% of sales now is digital, right? Can you trade a digital game? Can you let your friend borrow a digital game? You can't. So they knew before it was actually a fact. I guess again, I work for a market research company for almost 20 years. They did their research, and it showed that people are going to less and less care about physical copies. Now, I'm not saying physical copies don't mean anything, but more people, why do you think they came out with a PlayStation Digital? If digital sales didn't mean anything, there wouldn't be a only digital console. So here's what I want to say to that. They were right. And as the future went on, and GameStop give you like $4 for a game. So people don't even care to trade games in that much. There's some people that's like, I gotta have a booklet or whatever, right? And a disc. But they realize that this is the future, because if you see what happened in music and see what happened in movies, you ain't holding a movie barely anymore. And even when you go buy a movie, they still give you a digital version of it, right?
But here's the
Now,
thing. Here's the thing, right?
right,
With PS4 and Xbox, I don't know. Xbox guys, let me know because I don't have a console anymore. I don't know how it works. I'm sure you can, right? So on a PlayStation, we have game share. You know what I mean? To me, I didn't at first I was like, "What is game share?" Because I know PS3 you could do that because my dudes did that. So basically, what you
right.
do is you sign into the other person's system, make yourself primary, and then they can download your games and play your games, whatever the hell. I think Xbox can do the same thing. So that's still kind of sharing in a way. You
It
know what I
is.
mean?
Now,
So that's
PlayStation 3 was cool. They let you do it with 5 people. And then when
okay.
PlayStation 4 came out, they kept going with that, and then they changed it to 2. So now it's like, oh no, 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 because they're losing money. Like, wait,
Yeah,
because me and my boys would be like, bro, I'll buy that game, then you buy that game, and you
yeah.
buy that game, you buy that game, and now we're all. So, but yeah, you could only do it with 2. And I love the way they do it because I got a clown Stadia. Stadia game shares like this. You could use all my games in my library, but they let you do it with 6 people, which is cool. You can use all my games in my library, but we can't play it at the same time. Sony says you could use all my games in the library. It's only 2 of us, but we could both. So my wife and I will be playing Friday the 13th together, right? And only purchase one game. But this is what I want to come to, and I'm going to get to Doc in a minute because he responded. But I think Xbox is onto. Sorry, I think Sony is onto something. I think down the road, 2 or 3 years from now, let's be fair, man. Was how popular is PlayStation now? It's not that popular,
Oh,
right?
the service?
Right. It,
Yeah, I don't care for it, dude.
okay,
Nope.
now let's be real. PlayStation Now was introduced because it was a way for people to be able to play their it was because they didn't have backwards compatibility like the Xbox One did. Then Sony said, hey, we're going to come up with a service where you could play all your old games. What it really showed was, yo, nobody's really care about these old games that much. Now, the new consoles are out and they barely have any games like you said. So now people are like, oh, they need to have SPS abuse. Bro, in 3 years from now, when there's nothing but new games coming out, nobody's going to be caring about these games. So maybe Sony felt, one, I don't know if it's a hardware issue, or two, a software issue, but maybe they're like, you know what, though? Let's be real. Again, this is a Microsoft thing. They knew that more people was going to download games. At the time, we were
But
told.
here's the thing. I think that they need to give us the option to do that. You know what I mean? Because it's all about options, man. It's like I'm kind of jealous of the Xbox Series X. You know what I mean? Because you can play the backwards compatibility games in the highest frames and stuff like that. That's makes my if I can play like a 7-year-old, 8-year-old game that I liked now that was 30 frames up to 120,
Right, right.
that makes a world of difference.
I
That it
bet
really
it
does.
does, but let's
Like
be real. How long are you still playing that game? So I give it credit. Like
I
there's a
still
lot of
play Bloodborne. I remember the comment. I think it was Beast who asked me. He goes, "Realistic, how long you playing that game?" I was like, "Dude, I'll play it right now, right here. Like I'll play
I
while I'm
mean,
talking on the podcast.
that's what you're
Like
saying.
I love that game. You know what I mean?"
Because
So I was like, "Dude, it doesn't matter how old
I
old the
remember
game is."
Well, I'm just speaking for me. So on
Yeah,
PlayStation 2, it was War of the Monsters. That was my game. And I seen they had it on PlayStation 4. I was like, what? For $4.99? I downloaded it. I swear to God, if I played that game more than 10 minutes. First of all, I was like, the controls, bro. Back in the day, controls at the time was cool. Like GoldenEye, one of the
Oh,
Hail
GoldenEye.
Marys
Yeah.
of first person shooters. I went to a
Yeah,
retro
man.
party. They had GoldenEye. I said, "Oh my god!" I picked it up. I tried to play. I was like, "What is this?" The controller is terrible. At the time, I played that game so much, but I played it like. So my point is, yeah, people scream for these retros and backwards compatibility, and we want this and that. But yo, I played War of the Monsters, and it was one of my favorite games. I was like, damn, this game didn't progress. You know what I'm saying? So
It
I'm
didn't
just
hit you like it hit you back in the day.
it did. I was like, yo, what the hell is this?
I mean,
GoldenEye, it
I'm
hurt
be
my
honest,
soul.
man. Like, I'm gonna be honest 100% with everybody. Like, I won't go out and play a PS3 game in a 60, 120. It's like, maybe if I was really into it again, maybe. But it's like, yeah, man. Like, I want to play PS5 games or Xbox Series X games. You know what I mean? I'm ready for the current
And
gen,
that's
next
coming.
gen capabilities. You know what I mean?
We all know in about 2 or 3 years, they're going to be a game coming every week, like now. They're going to all look good, hopefully, respectively. And then be honest with you, this whole, but I got my old games. Because then the trash talking is going to be like, bro, you still playing that old game? That's your argument. But that's a big argument now because that's all you got. That's why it's such a big argument. But we got FPS boost. You can't flex on that. Bro, that's all you got. I guess you excited over it. I would be too. I don't know, an argument. Oh man. But anyway, I mean, it is cool. I'm not gonna say it's not. Like you said, what's powerful is give me the option, right? If I
Yep.
never use it, at least I got it, right?
Yep.
I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 years from now, we're not gonna care as much. But
No.
I might be wrong.
Just like I said, the game Forspoken is supposed to be coming out 2022, 2023. That may not be for everybody. I think it's a one player game. I don't know, but it looks really, really good with the photorealistic scenery. So
Right.
time's gonna tell with these consoles, man. Both of these consoles, man, are gonna hit these games with a different kind of feeling, man. I'm telling you that right now. And this is only the beginning year. Like
Hopefully.
everybody's like, "Yo, is Rats?" Like I said before, like Ratchet and Clank worth 70? No, it's not. But I did it. Like I paid for it myself because I want to see what the PS5 can do. It's only beginning of year one. I want to see what it, and it didn't disappoint. I'm sorry,
Right.
it didn't. Is Returnal worth 70? Absolutely not. Because it looks like
Well,
trash on a 4K TV. I'm going to say that out loud and proud. I got a 65-inch 4K. Stick to 1080p gaming monitor. It looks beautiful on the 1080p gaming monitor. That's all I'm going to say about that
but
game.
what is it about Returnal? Tell me about gameplay though. Like I know you're saying
The
graphically, but
gameplay's nice. It runs smooth. You know, you jump smooth. There's no, I didn't find no glitches. It's again with the controller options with the
so here's
adaptive
the thing.
triggers.
I'm not gonna.
You know,
I'm not a stickler for the glitches and stuff. Cause listen, the saddest thing ever is live service games came out, which allow people to make a game and know that they're gonna be able to patch it later, right? So
yeah.
that's what the world we're living in, right? So when games come out and they're like, oh my god, it's like they're gonna patch the game. Just stop crying. You can cry right now, but they're gonna patch the game. What I'm talking about is gameplay. Like, first of all, when I look at the trailer, that like what it looks like is from third person, but it almost look like it's a rail shooter. Like you just keep running with your back to the screen. Like I don't understand it. Explain it
It
to me.
is third person. It's a third person
Okay.
game.
But
And then
like,
like, well, I only played like 4 hours of it because I wasn't really trying to play it and beat it. I was just trying to get the feel of the next gen capability game, which is it's
but
not really that
is it
important. But
third person as because can you stop and then turn your character around and look at the screen? Can I see your character's face,
I
or is
think
it
it's more
always
like
at your back?
Destiny. I'm trying to remember because I haven't played it for like a month. So it's more like Destiny. Like if you move, your back moves with it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You remember how
Right.
Destiny
Well,
was, where it's like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, but Destiny is a first person shooter. But I guess yeah. If everywhere you look,
Like if
that's
you had your
right.
sword,
Right.
you know what I mean? Your sword out in Destiny, your back would turn with the camera.
Correct.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes. 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 You're right because it turns in third person at that point. Let me see what Doc said. He said, 30 frames per second versus 60. He said, you can notice. I mean, I could, what's crazy? I put Marvel Avengers on the performance mode, and then I'm like, when I go right from it and I turn and look, I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. That looks good. And then 10 minutes later, I'm playing, like it's out of my, I don't even, I would have to stop and do it again and be like, oh yeah, look. But then now 120 I never seen. Let's see. Ice Doc Dark said, but yeah, 120 is a beast. ISO agreed. Doc Dark said that was a troll video, buddy. How did you not get that? There's levels to this, bro. You level one. Listen, only a loser will say that to get them out of it. But you put the video out there. Now at the end of the video, now here's what's cool. I did an April Fool's joke video, right? 20 minutes. I said, listen, I said, listen, man, I'm done with Stadia. I'm going back to PlayStation. I bought a PlayStation 5. I was already a PlayStation guy. You guys know that. I just went and seen Godzilla vs. King Kong, and it was true story though. But I did play. I went to my PlayStation to play the old Godzilla game because I wanted that feeling right after seeing the movie. I said I played it last night. You guys see me stream it. I'm done for 20 minutes of the video. People's like, yo, for real. I had them. You know what I did do?
So
Hold on, wait. You know what I did at the end of the video? I said, I got you. You know what Doc didn't do at the end of the video? He didn't say, I got you. So you can say what you want now, but you was lowering the flag, buddy. So you can say it now, but that doesn't matter unless you delete that video and we never have evidence, but you lowered yourself. And after that, you still was saying in videos, look, I told you guys, I'm not an Xbot anymore. You said it in more than one video. So I'm just wondering, was you had a troll series of videos or was that one Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone because you my dude. Anyway, sorry, man. You were saying something.
now I'm gonna read a comment real quick if I can, right?
Yes, sir. And if you see comments, please read them because obviously I'm talking too much. We're going back and forth.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm just gonna read the last two that I seen. He goes, "Oh, chill. They're gonna kill you." He goes, "You can't talk trash about Returnal. It's not allowed." Let me tell you why it is allowed. Because I spent my money on it.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean, I got a PS5. I'm gonna talk about any game that I think that it's gonna interest me or not. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm an impulse buyer. If I find a game intriguing a little bit, I'm gonna check it out for myself. I'm not gonna watch it on YouTube because I want to experience it. You know what I mean? So I tried Returnal. I like Returnal. Let's be real. I'm not gonna cap, lie, BS anybody. I put it on my 4K TV, Doc. I don't know if you were here before, but I put it on my 4K TV, man. You can tell it's a 1080p game, dude. I'm being clear, 100% truth with you. I was like, ew. Going back to my 1080p monitor, little smaller, 27-inch, more compressed. It's better looking on my 1080p monitor than it is my 4K, man. You know what I mean? That's not my fault. That's the developer's fault. That's not my fault. And I'm sure you'll agree there. And if Sony fans are really like, hey, it is what it is, I like it, then none I can say to change their minds. You know what I mean? That's their preference. This is mine.
Well, you know,
and Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, sorry.
We can see the ray tracing, everything like that. We can see the nice frame rates, whatever, and it looks good. It looks good. $70? No, but I bought it because I want to try it out and play it. You know what I mean? I did, and I almost beat it. And after that, I'm gonna play Dark Souls 3 on PC. I'm gonna play what else is there? Forza 4. I'm gonna get into because Forza 5 is coming. I want to really get into that. A lot of games out there, but yeah, man, Sony. I'm disappointed what they do because we had the update in April that should have been day one update regardless. You know what I mean? We need FPS boost for our last generation games, period. Like I'm not gonna play old games in like 30 frames for a while. The only game I really would love to play and still play is Bloodborne in 30 frames. I don't care. That game's phenomenal. People might disagree, but I love Bloodborne. So
but see what you did there? So literally it's kind of like Doc Dark, right? He bought a PlayStation 4. But he was going on and on about the power narrative. But he did say, honestly, he's buying a PlayStation 4 and the power narrative don't matter. So the thing is, people do this. This matters, but then it don't matter. So really, how much does it matter? If you could lower your standards for one game, right? Then, I mean, you could play a couple other games without being 60. If you could do it for one.
But like I said, once you get used to 60 to 120 or higher, it's kind of like, damn, this is 30 frames still.
You did say you could still play Bloodborne. If you
said that's the only game I'll play.
If you said Bloodborne is my favorite game in the world and I cannot play it because it's not in 60, then I'd be like, damn, bro, 60 must be amazing. But you did just say, I make an exception for Bloodborne. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well then it's like when 3D got popular, I was the dummy that bought a 3D phone. I had the HTC Evo. It was a 3D phone, right? And I was like, bro, everything is different. If you look, my very first video uploaded to YouTube nowadays is split in two. It's the same. It's like two sides because it was a 3D video, right? I made all my things 3D, right? So it was a big deal. But look how many years later I'm still making.
Wait, I have to read this comment, right? So ISO goes, Bloodborne sucks. I'm sorry. ISO, I'm gonna ask you this, and you know me, I'm a chill guy, dude. I'm not gonna attack you or anybody, and that's not who I am. You guys should know that right now. But I'm gonna ask you a question. Does Bloodborne really suck? Or do you suck at the game?
A good point.
Because a lot of people tell me the same thing, that they cannot get past the first level. Like Cloud Data Media, shout out to you, man, if you ever watch this. He said he couldn't get past the first werewolf right in the clinic. My dude, Saucy 22 Gaming, he couldn't get past the first area. He was on it for 6 hours. I said, dude, I'll help you out. No problem. He goes, what do I have to do? I schooled him. I was like, yo, let's go do this and do that, get this before I can come in there. That's what I'm saying. Like, Bloodborne does not suck. I'm gonna tell you right now. It has dungeons. It has this. It has a whole bunch of areas you can unlock secrets. It doesn't suck. The question is, do you suck at the game? See, there's the bridge gap.
To this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Bloodborne does not suck. I'm gonna tell you why. Because my Xbox guy, he plays games. He's not a streamer. He's not a YouTuber. Shout out to him too. He just plays games, and he brought me on Bloodborne. He goes, we got to play this, and he loves Bloodborne. I have over 500 hours in Bloodborne. You know what I mean? But it's people's preference. If they don't like Souls games, you just don't like Souls games. That's fine. I didn't even play Dark Souls 2 and 3 yet. I actually want to get into that because Bloodborne really got me into these games. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be the same forte, but you know what I mean? A little different, but it's all good.
Here's the thing that you made a good point. I hope people don't get upset with this, but he made a great point. So here's the thing: the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and they got a bunch of other games. Those are considered what do they call the term for it now? It's roguelike games. So they're roguelike games, and they're more for the elite of the elite, right? Like if you're a gamer, bro, you got
time to play those roguelike games. Yeah, that's your thing.
Game. If you want to brag, because those games are unforgiving. You can't die 8 million times and keep jumping back on, right? You die and you get set way back, right? Like even I think now when Demon Souls came out, I wasn't into it because I don't mind something hard, right? But when Demon Souls came out, it was more sluggish, right? It was more you swung real slow. Now you look at stuff like Bloodborne sped it up. So I remember when I had Gamefly Bloodborne, and maybe you should get into renting games, man. So that way you won't shell out those $70, just rent a game and send it back, so you can at least get to check it out. But Bloodborne was faster. It's like, oh, this is more fast paced. Now you even look at what's the one game called? I think it's called Shadows Die Twice or something like that. What's the first?
Sekiro.
Bro, that's
that game. That game is crazy.
Now it's look graphically look amazing. Some people probably like this game suck. No, you suck, bro. That game. Roguelike.
I'm not gonna lie. I sucked at that game. My brother beat me. He had like 30 hours. I only had like 10. I was like, dude, I'm stuck at this part.
And I'm
what did you do to beat this guy? I was like, I'm stuck. Because he goes, dude, all you have to do is do this now. I was like, oh man, go screw yourself.
Like you could play certain games and you don't have to parry, right? You could just dip out the way, whatever. These games, you got to parry. Everything is split second. And that's what was a big deal when it came to Stadia. Because people was like, oh, well, the cloud is laggy. It was like, bro, trust me. They got Sakura on there. You need split second timing. Because when a character swing, you have to bing, block back, and come back.
Yeah, especially with the long spears. Oh my God, they were the worst.
So anyway, but yeah, I mean, listen, if we clowning, you could say the game sucked, but I'm not great at these roguelike games either, right? But I'm not gonna say they suck. They're just a genre of game that I'm not good at. It's just like Beast was saying, man, nobody really cares about the third person story driven games. I'm like, no. There's people all the time. I love multiplayer games, but I give credit to the story player games. Now, what I always say is they don't have that much replay value because once I beat them, I'm kind of done, right? But I could play a multiplayer game over and over and over. But these games make crazy money, these story-driven like if you look at a God of War, and you look at a blah, 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 and whatever game, a Devil May Cry. It doesn't have to be a Sony exclusive, right? But these games are loved,
I like Gears.
Right.
I think Gears is dope. And to me, I'm really not a big Halo fan. That doesn't mean I'm not going to try it. I would love to try it, but if it's only like if I can't aim down my sights, that's a problem for me. I love to. If I'm playing a shooter, I want to aim down my sights. That's just who I am as a shooter gamer. You know what I mean? If I'm playing a shooter, I want to aim down my sights, man. That's just what I mean. But I'll still give Infinite a try. I don't know. I didn't play all the Halos. I don't know if some Halos let you do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't
know. I mean, I
love Forza.
I'm a big
the racing game. I really like Forza. So,
bro, I suck. Now, here's this. Am I gonna say the game suck? No, I suck at simulation racers. I need an arcade racing game now. But the new Forza look like they driving like they could just turn down the street and they look all crazy. So I wonder if it's still more of a simulation. If you guys know, let me know. But I'm terrible at simulation games, but I'm not gonna say they suck. I just suck. Like I need that unrealistic game where I can hit a corner at 180 miles an hour and not crash.
I
Let's
can't
see.
wait for Forza 5 to come out, man, because I miss my racing games, man. Like Sony needs them. Like I thought Drive Club was going to be the racing game for Sony. How big did that fail?
Yeah, that is true, man.
That was such a disappointment. I was like, man, you suck, man.
Yeah.
You guys, man, like we need a racing game over here, you know? Not just like Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo, hey, man, like I played Gran Turismo on PlayStation 1 and 2, but stopped after that because it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? I want something like Forza.
Yeah. But here's my question, though. I always looked at Forza and Gran Turismo like they was the same damn game. What's different? They both simulation racers. I don't even know.
I think Gran Turismo's the simulation racer game.
Well, bro, you got to shift it. It's like
It's crazy.
yeah, it's too much for me, man. Too much for me. So let me see. ISO said he's a casual anyway. I'm not sure who you're talking about, either me or let's see. Let's see. Bloodborne sucks. Oh, he said he's kidding. All right. I mean, I'm not a big Bloodborne fan, but I did get to play it, and I was terrible at it. But these are games, if you just play it long enough and put more time into it, you'll get better. Let's see. All right. So Dr. said, Cowboy, how you not getting this? I paid $200 for a PS4 Pro. Yes, I will allow that console to play at 30 frames per second, but not on the PS5 or Xbox Series X. Should run at minimum. No, I mean, I hear what you're saying. No, I that's why I backed that up. I said I watched your whole video, and you did say, you know what? But I'm not using the power narrative for this, and that's your preference. But I will say, I mean, if the power narrative is such a big deal, then you could taper it down. But I guess because at the end of the day, we all came from 30 frames per second, right?
But here's the thing. I have to say this real quick. I got to interrupt this. But here's the thing with everybody in the chat, Doc, ISO, anybody, you, Cowboy, everybody. Right. Doc's going to laugh at this because I was there in his stream when he said, we believe in generations. When he created that meme, I was laughing, man. I had to get out of my bedroom. I was laughing so hard because it's kind of funny, man, because we were talking about this earlier. Like, we believe in generations. Right. They said generations with plural. Like we talked about this, PS5, PS4. Like it's okay if they bring a PS5 but PS5 game that's new coming out, the PS4 Pro, not the base PS4. That thing's got dead like at 1.8 teraflops. Let's get out of there. But I'm saying like it's okay to have the Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, because people don't have these consoles. It's not fair to like everybody has to miss out. Yes, it is for business. It is to make money. But it's like let people enjoy that game, even if it's not in 60 frames or ray tracing or you can't do. Who cares? You know what I mean? Enjoy it. Like if somebody like my cousin, he still has a base PS4. Now, if he wants to upgrade to a PS5, he can't find. He's gonna buy a PS4 Pro. Or I don't know why you can't really do it much with it, but it's something more clarity, more fidelity, a little bit, and you can enjoy the other games coming out. I don't know, but yeah, it's like don't knock it.
Let's get into that because I know Doc and ISO is in here now. They might have missed that part, but let's bring that up because when I always hear people say we are generations, and for me, so I missed that whole thing, right? I didn't hear when they said it, but when I hear that, I think generations with an S, like you said, making it plural. So we believe in our PlayStation 4 isn't going anywhere, and our PlayStation 5 is here now. So I don't see why people clown PlayStation when a game is on both. Because if you said we believe in generations, I'd be like, oh, cool. That means you're gonna have a game on both consoles. So whenever I hear y'all guys,
as long as it like we talked about, as long as the games aren't the dumbed down versions on PS5, do not do that. Because that's BS right there. If they say, oh, well, we had to put it on PS4, that's why it's only 30 frames on PS5 with ray tracing. Don't do that. I don't do that, Sony. Please don't do that. Just have it at 60 frames, 120 frames. Meet you in the middle with 1440p, 1800p with 60 frames ray tracing. Don't take that away from PS5 because you have to put it on the PS4. Now, I believe in that, but don't you know what I mean? Let the game be over there, but don't take it away from us over here. You know what I mean? That's the only issue.
Here's what people do with Stadia. They get mad over certain games, and I want to same thing and back you up. Bro, even if that's the case, that's not Sony's fault. It's called a developer.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, a developer might be like, yo, first of all, it takes manpower to create a game. So you got to pay people to create a game. You got to hire people. So if they say, you know what, like even with Stadia, there was Outriders, right? Outriders came out. It took 28 days for them to give the
I didn't
patch.
even play Outriders, man. I left that alone for 2
So listen,
months.
it took 28 days for them to patch Stadia. Why? Stadia is considered the redheaded stepchild. They're like, listen, your player base is small, and we only have but so many developers to tackle these issues. We're gonna get to you guys in 28 days. Can you imagine that? So if a developer say, listen, we're not gonna make a version for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and it's gonna be dramatically different because we only got but how many developers, it would literally be like making two games, right? So maybe you
Mm.
might get a watered down version, but that's not Sony's fault. That's all I'm saying. Like the argument, like people love to debate. Sometimes I feel like I just look through debates, like I want to take a piece of the paper and just stab holes in it. Like that's not even a good argument to make, and I get mad when some people allow them to get away with that argument. I feel like that's how is that an argument? It's the developers. Like that'd be like me saying, you know what, Sony better make this game that. You ain't got no say so. The developers got to say so. Sony don't even got to say so to a point. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just real. So it's a stupid debate, you know? It's just
Remember when the Outriders demo came out? It was nice, well, it didn't look that good, great, but they can add things over time. But the crossplay worked, everything worked. The real game came out, crossplay wasn't enabled. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I bought it for PC over here if I could play in the highest fidelity ever. And I couldn't even do that. I was like, I'm not even touching it. They're like, come back to PS5. I'm like, no, I'm not buying two games on different platforms or the same game on different platforms. I don't do that. I do not buy. If I had the Xbox One X again or whatever, I did not buy multiplats for both systems. I didn't know. I bought the Xbox to play Xbox games. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I'm not buying multiplats for that system, and that. No way.
I mean, that's
Waste
why
of
I said
money.
that's why I said the only handheld system I ever owned was a Sega Nomad because I was like, bro, I'm not gonna get a Nintendo and then a Game Boy, and I'm gonna get the same game on both. I remember when Tekken came out for the PSP, and my boy was like, bro, I could play Tekken on the go, but you just bought Tekken like a week ago on the PlayStation 3 or whatever it was. Yeah, but I'm gonna buy it again. I was like, no, you ain't getting me like that.
All I know is that Xbox, Microsoft, shout out to them because they are doing some good things this generation. Phenomenal things. They already got features I wish we had on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, give them credit.
So, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I should have bought the console. Like I could have bought it twice. Like it was in my cart. It was like, nah, you don't need it. You don't need it. I'm like, shut up, bro. You don't know what I need. Like I
Well,
want to get it. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I'll wait. You know what I mean? When more games come out. But look at it. It's already June. And that was like December, January I was doing that. It's already June. So it's like, I should have bought it just to have it. Like, I did that for the PS5. I bought it just to have it, just in case I can't get one later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people would be like, I don't like buying the stuff in the beginning because they have glitches. I just buy all my consoles day one. And I only ever had one issue. My PlayStation
It's very
4.
minuscule. I mean, you got
Yeah,
point zero
thank you.
one
Thank
or
you.
0.002% of people that you're gonna have a bad console, man. It's not even that crazy on either system.
No,
So
100% agree. Let me see. All right, guys. So we're winding down. I mean, we done touched like everything. You guys got any questions? Make sure you say question. Oh, Crow, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in. Let me see. Doc said, I am a casual gamer. I mean, hey, Doc said he is a casual gamer. Listen, to be fair, I was always a hardcore gamer, and I looked at a hardcore gamer just mean not that I play every game, but that I play a lot, right? So I'm hardcore because chances are Ant's at home, he's playing a video game, right? Now it's different. I probably do more shows on YouTube than I play video games. I make more content than I play video games. So, but I don't know, am I called a casual gamer because I don't play as much as I used to? Like, so what is a casual gamer actually? What's the definition? Like, what makes you a casual gamer? That you suck at games? That you don't play that many
nah, the
games?
casual
That you
gamer
like?
to me, like a casual gamer to me, everybody has different ideas or opinions about that. The way I look at it is like, you're a casual gamer, you get on a little bit a day. You know what I mean? Like an hour a day or an hour every 2 or 3 days or a couple hours a weekend, maybe 5 hours a weekend. That's a casual gamer. You get on a little bit, and you don't buy a lot of the exclusives or multiplats, whatever. You just stick to a few games, and that's all you do, and that's fine. You know what I mean?
So,
Like my cousin, he just has GTA 5, FIFA, MLB.
right.
That's what he does on the weekend. Yeah, it is what it is.
Here's my take on the
Yeah.
casual gamer from always being a gamer. I'm a competitive person, so I always play fighting games, first person shooters. I look at casual as this. If you don't care to win, right? So you might play more than me, but you're just casual, meaning you just play the play, right? I'm just killing time. My wife's at the supermarket. And then if we play Tekken, you're like, I don't even care if I win. I feel like because you're casual, you just play to play. Like if I'm playing something, I'm diehard. If I'm playing Destiny, I got all the weapons. If I'm playing Tekken, I'm gonna talk trash because think I'm better than you. Like Mortal Kombat, I didn't like this Mortal Kombat, so I feel like I'm a casual gamer. I don't put the time in Mortal Kombat to be great, so I feel like I casually play Mortal Kombat. So for me, um casual for me means how serious are you about the game that you choose to play. That's what's casual. So if I'm just like, I
I
don't
can
really
agree with
care.
that because you remember Destiny, how you were like playing Destiny a lot?
Right.
And I just gave Destiny a break in February. You know what I mean, I was just playing raids, and my friend made a good point. My Xbox friend, who has all consoles, I'm saying he's an Xbox guy. He has 75,000 gamers. He just plays games. So he's like, Jers, he goes, you played Destiny like it was a job.
Yeah.
He goes, you stop enjoying it as a game and played it like a job because you gave yourself numbers for raids. Like you wanted to hit that over 100 raid mark in like 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, but he goes, that's not enjoyable. That's just a job. You're forcing yourself to do that. I was like, I didn't really force it. I love raiding. He goes, yeah, I know, but if you just played it to play and just did it to do it, it's more fun that way. Don't give yourself numbers and things to reach because that's more of a job. It's more of like I was like, well, it's a goal to me because people look at you like I think you can agree here. If you post it in a forum on Facebook, a Destiny group saying, yo, listen, I'm going to carry you guys, I'm going to help you guys out no matter what. We're going to get it done. They look at your stuff and be like, oh, he has like 100 raids already. That's crazy. Yo, look, let's get on that. And then they find out you're really cool and chill. They'll be like, yo, this guy's I'm
Yep.
friending you. I love you. Thank you for getting me through the raid. That's what I like. You know what I mean? That's why I kept playing it and doing it. You know?
Yeah. And be clear, if you're raiding on a weekly basis, you're not a casual gamer. A casual so that's what I'm saying. A casual gamer ain't first of all, you play Destiny. If somebody get in a raid and you don't have certain weapons, you ain't even on the squad. Yo, you're banned. Like you
Well,
need
no,
it.
see, the way I looked at it is like this. If you don't have certain weapons, I'll help you out.
Right.
We
Well,
we did a
again,
3-man raid, 2-man raids
but
easily.
but you know how it goes. Remember Destiny? Did you play Destiny 1?
Yeah.
Bro, try to get in the raid and you ain't had the Gallon Horn or the icebreaker or some of that stuff. People was like, first of all, they want to know your loadout. What you got? Because you need to put people in positions, right? Hey, I need you to, well, at least in Destiny 1, the raids was something else, boy.
Yeah.
But
Different feeling.
so the casual people will want to play, but you had to be carried. So that's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
casual for me is like you don't really care, you just play to have fun, right? You're a casual. Once you take it past the playing to have fun because you want to win, you want to brag, you want to get trophies, you want to say I platinum the game. Bro, you're not a casual gamer if you platinum something because again, like you was making a mental like, hey, I want to do this and how many raids. Well, when you're trying to platinum a game, you're going beyond casual because now you're like, I'm gonna do every single thing in this game, and you was going way beyond because you gave yourself a 2-week time limit. Like, damn,
Yeah.
you know?
I streamed me and my friends, we streamed a 24-hour stream doing day one raids, like 24 hours straight. And I'm like, damn it, man, they beat us by like an hour or something. Like, damn, this sucks. So but hey, man,
Destiny is so crazy. When Destiny 2 came out, like I said, I bought a PlayStation 4 Pro and I bought a 70-inch 4K TV the day Destiny came out, just because that night when it went live at midnight, I wanted to play Destiny the best you could play it. So literally, that's the reason why I bought my PlayStation 4 Pro. And so that to me wasn't casual. I was like that crazy. But that's why I feel like again, casual is more fun. When you say, I just play this to have fun, then it's more casual. But when you go
yeah.
like, a little bit, extra or overboard, you're stepping more into
Yeah.
that realm, But that's my definition,
Yeah, I definitely had fun today, man. This was fun.
Definitely, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Let me just look the last things. Let's see. ISO said facts. Let's see. He said, I believe in 60 frames per second plus. Crow said Outrider still doesn't work on Stadia and is several patches behind all the other consoles. Yeah, man. I mean, they just look at it like, we get the Stadia patch when we get to it. It's funny. Somebody gifted me Outriders. I still never played it yet, but not because of anything, because I know some people that just played the single player mode and they say it was good enough to beat. So again, I'm not a stickler. I play it, but I just don't. Again, I'm one of those guys that play one game and I get stuck in that one game. I like playing Marvel Avengers right now. But anyway, but listen, chill. Tell the people where they could find you. Tell them all the different things they could come on. To find you, your Twitter, whatever you want to let them know. Here's the floor is yours, brother.
All right, thanks, man. You guys can follow me at YouTube, all caps, one word, Chill Gaming. Twitter, Chill, all lower caps, Chill _ gaming _ you know what I mean? Because somebody took that already. I don't know why. On Twitter, Instagram, same thing. Chill _ gaming _ whatever. And yeah, that's what I do. I try to post videos consistently, like every 2 or 3 days, but sometimes family, you know what I'm saying? And then it was Father's Day and stuff like that. I'm going on vacation next month. So I'm going to try to put out as many videos as I can. I probably am going to do those short video things down vacation. You guys can get into that. You know what I mean? I'll show you guys some things because, and I have to ask you before I go, you have AT&T. Is AT&T good down there, man, when you went to AC?
Dude, perfect. I mean,
Okay.
I live
I
about
was
an
worried about
hour
that.
and 20 minutes away from AC. You're gonna
Okay.
be there's nowhere in AC you're gonna go and you're not gonna have your cellular service. So you're good.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, that's where you guys can find me, man. Chill Gaming is all about the gaming news and for all things gaming. So, you know what I mean? I am not one-sided. I'm all-sided.
That's what's up, man. I love it too. When you first was gonna come on, I said, "Well, Beast of Truth said, you know, he's an Xbox guy and he want to say why he prefer." You said, "I don't want to do that. I just want to talk about games." And I said, "That's cool, man."
Yeah.
You know, so your preference is PlayStation, but you just want to talk about games.
Yep.
Guys, you could catch me tonight too. Every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I do the Sandy and Anthony show. My wife and I, we do a talk show. We just sit back in the bed and relax. It's real cool. If you guys never seen it, definitely welcome you to come on tonight. You know, we read every single comment, so each person who's in feel like they're a part of the show. So definitely you could catch me on that. And man, you just gotta catch me on. You go to my YouTube channel. I got like 1 million shows. That's why I call myself AKA the King of Content, because I'm just making. If you look behind me, these are all individual shows I do with different people and stuff. And I'll be going on forever if I list everything I do. But tonight, check out the Sandy Anthony show. So with that said, I guess we're gonna be out of here, man.
Yep.
My remote control. Do you? By the way, you use this? Do you ever use the remote control? Or I guess you got 2 screens, right? You use?
Yeah, I got 2 screens, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that fancy. But yeah, literally, I got the remote control and I just press a button and it does what it does. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with a video just to what to expect on my channel. Take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And with that said, now your mama knows. What's going on, guys? This is the all-purpose champ, a.k.a. the king of content, a.k.a. I'm a cowboy. This is the reason why you should check out this channel. So let's go. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. All right, subscribe. Come on, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The most important thing about the channel is it's. All right, that's not gonna. The most important thing about the channel is it's a everything channel. So make sure you check out all of the playlists. I have product review videos, vlogging, movie reviews. I'm just gonna look up and say how-to videos, and then real quick, how-to. Oh, maybe I'm forgetting how I shoot. All right, you ready? How-to videos. What is the devil? How-to videos and gaming videos. I make videos called Trash Talk 101 where, well, you guessed it, I talk trash or rebuttal back to someone who talked trash to me. Like I made a video responding to the Nerf Report and Angry Joe. Remember, I'm going to say shows and podcasts. All right, you got it? Mm-hmm. Shows and podcasts. Wait, no, you're not supposed to say it.
You're showing the pillow. Okay.
We don't have to do the head thing if y'all can't do it, all right?
Okay, just do it. No. Yeah.
And then put a little There you go. Whip that name. Shows and podcasts. And more! And also, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be added into the new subscribers thank you videos where I make a skit and I post everybody name up on the screen who subscribed to the channel in an individual month. You gotta see videos like the March subscribers video where I was dancing. The July video I have my cute granddaughter saying thank you. Or even the video where I smashed my 84-inch TV as I said thank you to everyone who subscribed. Make sure you go to my playlist because the playlist is where you can see all the different videos I have. I have over 1,000 videos, over 50-something playlists, and every single video on my channel is assigned to a playlist. I want to thank everyone who ever came to the channel and watched a single second of any video, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And with that said, and now your mama knows. And now your mama knows. What's going on, guys? This is the all-purpose champ, aka the king of content, aka I'm a cowboy. This is the reason why you should check out this channel. So let's go. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. All right, subscribe. Come on, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The most important thing about the channel is it's. All right, that's not good. The most important thing about the channel is it's a everything channel. So make sure you check out all of the playlists. I have product review videos, vlogging, movie reviews. I'm just gonna look up and say how-to videos, and then real quick, how-to. Oh, maybe I'm forgetting how I shoot. All right, you ready? How-to videos. What is the devil? How-to videos and gaming videos. I make videos called Trash Talk 101 where, well, you guessed it, I talk trash or rebuttal back to someone who talked trash to me. Like I made a video responding to the Nerf Report and Angry Joe. Remember, I'm going to say shows and podcasts. All right, you got it? Mm-hmm. Shows and podcasts. Wait, no, you're not supposed to say it.
You're showing the pillow. Okay.
We don't have to do the head thing if y'all can't do it, all right?
Okay, just do it. No, yeah.
And then put a little There you go. Whip that name. Shows and podcasts. And more! And also, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be added into the new subscribers thank you videos where I make a skit and I post everybody name up on the screen who subscribed to the channel in an individual month. You gotta see videos like the March subscribers video where I was dancing. The July video I have my cute granddaughter saying thank you. Or even the video where I smashed my 84-inch TV as I said thank you to everyone who subscribed. Make sure you go to my playlist because the playlist is where you can see all the different videos I have. I have over 1,000 videos, over 50-something playlists, and every single video on my channel is assigned to a playlist. I want to thank everyone who ever came to the channel and watched a single second of any video. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And with that said, and now your mama knows. And now your mama knows. One, two, three, What's going on, guys? This is the all-purpose champ, aka the king of content, aka I'm a cowboy. This is the reason why you should check out this channel. So let's go. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. All right, subscribe. Come on, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The most important thing about the channel is it's. All right, that's not good. The most important thing about the channel is it's a everything channel. So make sure you check out all of the playlists. I have product review videos, vlogging, movie reviews. I'm just gonna look up and say how-to videos, and then real quick, how-to. Oh, maybe I'm forgetting how I shoot. All right, you ready? How-to videos. What is the devil? How-to videos and gaming videos. I make videos called Trash Talk 101 where, well, you guessed it, I talk trash or rebuttal back to someone who talked trash to me. Like I made a video responding to the Nerf Report and Angry Joe. Remember, I'm going to say shows and podcasts. All right, you got it? Mm-hmm. Shows and
Wait, are we
podcasts.
supposed to say
No,
it?
you're not supposed to say it.
You're showing the pillow. Okay.
We don't have to do the head thing if y'all can't do it, all right?
Okay,
No,
just
can do it.
no.
Yeah.
And then put a little There you go. Whip that name. Shows and podcasts. And more! And also, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be added into the new subscribers thank you videos where I make a skit and I post everybody name up on the screen who subscribed to the channel in an individual month. You gotta see videos like the March subscribers video where I was dancing. The July video I had my cute granddaughter saying thank you. Or even the video where I smashed my 84-inch TV as I said thank you to everyone who subscribed. Make